camera switched. Okay, I'm getting sound feedback here, so that's good. I'm gonna go check the stream real quick just to make sure that sound is working this time. Okay. So far it's good. If I go to solo cam, does it still work? Okay. So far it's good. If I go to solo cam, does it still work? Test, test, test. Test, test, test. Yes, it works. Okay. We are doing just dandy. So, yes, it works. Okay. Let me mute that because the echo is annoying. Okay. Oh wait, I didn't transition. I should probably transition to make sure that it works. Let's try that again. Test, test. I should probably transition to make sure that it works. It does. Beautiful. Awesome. Okay. Sorry about that, everybody. Let's go back to whatever the intro is. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Matrimony at Malice. This will be episode 3 of our D&D Let's Play, live play, actual play, whatever people call it, series. We're here, and we're doing it. We got Aldrin Menda, played by Mac Plays Gaming. We have Rain, who is played by Jazz, or Jazz Deep. And we have Revan, who is played by Austin, a.k.a. Swiftbridge. And, of course, we have Trico, played by Trico. I am your Dungeon Master, Akati. You guys can call me Thomas as well. We're going to have a lot, and I mean a lot, of fun today. So, adventurers, when we last left off, we were going back into the woods, right? Let's recap the last session real quick. Last session,
owlbear.
Yes, last session, our heroes here, they captured an owlbear and sold it to some guy on a merchant ship. That was an interesting exchange. If you want to see what happened last week, I would suggest until the YouTube video is put up, go to Mac Plays on Twitch. If I pull up his camera right now, you'll actually see his Twitch down there in the handle. He had his sound on, so you could hear me. My sound was a little glitchy last week, so it didn't quite work. But that's what happened. They sold an owlbear to a little merchant, and afterwards they investigated the dam breakage that they saw in, I believe it was episode 1. Or the levee breakage, rather. It was a levee that broke. They investigated that, found out that it was intentional, and decided to go investigate further in the woods, and found that the walking tree they had used before to find the goblin's lair was now inaccessible. And so now we are back at the castle for a debriefing. You guys are sitting there in the little meeting room, and Leonard walks up there to you guys. Goodness, that was very unfortunate that walking tree is out of commission now. Well,
it was either a powerful illusion or someone destroyed the tree on the other end.
Yes, I'm inclined to agree with that assessment. We're going to have to handle it here on our side. You guys are still part of the King's Guard. There's many duties for you to attend to. So, I suppose the first of which should be... we have some royalty that needs escort over here. Let's look at our papers here. You guys are going to be sent to Grendel in Istaltur. You're going to lead the Prince Meal over here to Harkey. He is going to be engaged to the Princess and Mina. So he needs to be escorted here, and the King, as of right now, is really only trusting you guys. You seem to be the most competent squadron in the whole King's Guard, and so he really wants to test your abilities with this mission. It'll be a long journey, probably take you about 2 weeks, upon which, upon completion of which, we'll have a lot of celebrations and a lot of parties going on. Your mission is twofold. You're meant to spread the word throughout the kingdoms of both Karedon and Istaltur to let everybody know that the marriage is happening, so that we can have a large party here. While you guys are gone, we'll work on repairs, fixing up the town. We'll investigate the matter further to see if there's any more leads on those goblins and the walking tree. Um, but right now, that is your mission. So you guys can start on tomorrow to go there. You can spend the day right now gathering provisions, making a plan for how you're going to get there, and taking care of all the small details. Are there any questions as of right now?
This is more out of character, but also in character. I'd like to do an insight check to see if he was just buttering us up when he told us that we were the most competent in the King's Guard, because I find it hard to believe considering we're so new. They must have.
So you wanna know if he's buttering you up or not?
I want to know how truthful he is when he says that we are the most competent in the King's Guard and everyone he trusts.
For sure. Go ahead and roll insight then. Yeah.
19.
19. Yeah. So you look at him. Um, to you, it seems a little bit 50-50. There's definitely he definitely sees some truth in what he's saying, but you're not necessarily sure that that comes from the king, like he said.
Okay.
So that's what you're picking up on right now.
General Leonard, would you mind telling me the name of the town just one more time, just so I make sure that I have that right?
Yes, of course. The name of the city you'll be traveling to is called Grandul in Istaltur. Here's a map actually to show you, and he goes ahead and he pulls out a map to show you guys where you're gonna be going.
Is the escorting needed standard, or is there some threat that's been made that requires it?
That's a good question. Um, he looks at you as you ask that question. He says, it's just standard practice that if we're inviting another royal family over to our, or even a noble family, over to our city, that we send an escort. It's just common courtesy here in Leon.
May I see if he's trying to hide something that there is in fact a threat he doesn't want to make public?
I mean, he seems pretty honest to you. You've already rolled an insight check on him.
Okay.
He seems pretty. He doesn't. His motivations don't really seem nefarious to you. He just seems like he's genuinely trying to give you guys an assignment here.
Okay, I didn't think he was nefarious. I just was wondering perhaps there was something that he didn't want to be made public.
Oh, like something that he's trying to hide from you about why they need to be escorted?
Yes.
Yeah, no, he doesn't really seem to be holding any information back to you. Not right now, anyways. You haven't asked any questions that would lead him to need to or anything.
May I ask if we'll be meeting up with an escort party from their village, their town, if you will, or will it just be us going there and traveling back with him?
They might bring a small party of people with them on the journey back, but on the way over, you'll basically be going through a few towns. I believe along the way there are a few notable towns, such as well, it depends on the path you take. You could take the Crandike Pass and go over to Crandike. You could take the Grand Road and go to Cormanson. I suppose you could also take the Grand Road and hit the Bending Highway, and that'll take you over to Miskney. Don't know why you would do that though. It's just farther, but it really
It
does
could be a rock
depend
slide in the other direction.
it really does depend on the terrain. Well, not the terrain, the path that you choose. That will decide ultimately the kind of people you'll see, the kind of road that you'll be on. For the most part, just normal towns or whatever. The journey will take a week to get there. It'll take a week to come back.
Very well. Thank you very much. Does anyone have any further questions for the general?
Are you expecting us to be actually back in 2 weeks and that's when the celebrations start? Because before we know there could be trouble and we have to wait out something. Like blocked road or flood, something.
Yes, that's a good point. Those things happen. It's all right. The king will be making preparations here. If we have more time to make those preparations, we will not be upset with you, especially if it's a reasonable excuse for once you get here. If it's a reasonable excuse for your absence, then we won't really have any problems with you.
Do we advertise then there'll be a celebration in, say, 3 weeks just so they don't realise if we're not back in 2 weeks there's no problem, because they might panic the public if we tell them all about the celebration and the wedding?
Respectfully, if you tell them it's 3 weeks, they will miss it if we complete our mission properly.
Well, no, they will be here in 2 weeks then, but the celebration won't actually start until a week after.
Look, our mission is just to spread the word. Let
And if we
the
spread the
general,
wrong word and something
them,
goes wrong, we might cause a panic. I'm saying we give ourselves a bit of vagueness so that we don't cause a panic if something does go wrong.
Okay, stop. You are Kingsguard, the 32nd Squadron of the Kingsguard of Karedon. You've been appointed by His Majesty to do this task, and you will do it. Being that you are Kingsguard, you will get it done in a timely manner, and there's no question about that. Do you understand?
Yes.
Good. Then we have nothing more to discuss. You will be on your way now.
Very well.
And he excuses you guys from the room.
I believe one of the first order of business here should be, we might want to make sure our horses are ready for travel.
I'll talk to the housekeeping or whatever about feeding Tinkle.
I believe that we should go get some more of those pastries for the horses. The
I was
horses
thinking the same thing.
pastries.
That seems rather expensive for just feed.
No, well, it seemed that it cured some of their ailments, so I think if we can cure some of their ailments before we start traveling, it might be beneficial.
Maybe we should invest in some kind of, clothing so that, for example, the patchy skinned one can be covered and etc.
I don't believe clothing's going to fix the twitchiness of these of the
Are
horse.
you
We might make them
embarrassed to
look
be
nice,
out
though.
in public with a patchy horse?
I'm not, but we're escorting royalty for a wedding. Presentableness seems to be a priority.
They're gonna be being escorted through primarily wilderness. I don't see flashiness being of a main concern here. I
Alright.
believe that we should ensure the safety above all else. Our mission's not to escort them with fashion, it's to get him here safely.
I wasn't aware that
Exactly.
having some niceness on our horses would make them unsafe, but okay.
You draw attention to yourself.
I didn't say it
Listen,
had to be shiny.
my horse is still going to be twitchy even if you put clothes on it. That pastry made him not twitchy, so I honestly think that this is slightly a one-sided argument here.
Oh, we go
I'm
get
going
the
to trust that
they might not
mad
be the-
quack, the pastry chef. Go ahead.
I trust him greatly.
Let's get some pastries.
Let's go get some pastries.
If you don't want a
Okay.
pastry for your horse, then you don't have to worry about it. But
Yeah.
I don't think a pastry didn't actually
as
cue
well.
his eye, remember?
you did something to your horse.
It definitely
Made him-
made your horse's eyes smaller.
It made him not so
Remember
dominant on that
correctly.
eye.
Shall we spend the party gold to get the horses their pastries?
I mean, it's only
Fine.
they're only copper,
It's a few copper.
fairly cheap.
Fair.
Okay. So you guys are gonna buy. How many pastries per horse are you gonna buy?
How much would 1 gold get us?
1 gold.
Because
How much?
it's
How much?
4.
Should it,
You said it was 4 copper
4
per, if I
copper
remember.
per. 4 copper per.
25.
So 1 gold would get you.
25?
25. Yeah, it gets you 25.
Yeah, 25.
25.
I will spend 1 gold to get 25 pastries.
For sure. Okay. Yeah, you got them now. They're kind of mixed and matched. Out of game, I'm just gonna tell you, they're all gonna have generally the same effect. So it doesn't really
Okay.
matter which one you feed which. You can decide which kind you're feeding each horse if you want. It's not too big a deal.
Should we go get some flyers now to ensure that we can properly spread the word? The word?
Okay.
We can put an order in for some flyers and then we can go collect some food and feed for the horses and us.
Do we spread
Sounds
gossip
good.
around the tavern or just flyers?
Well, we can post the flyers up around taverns as well. I figure we can hand them out and post them.
Should we give some to the front gate guard as well so they can hand them out to newcomers?
Well, I figure that they'll be taking care of spreading the word here. I figure it'd be more important for us to spread the word away from the
Our way up.
village.
We just
Do we
need
head?
to figure out
We'll
which
pass
path
through the
we wanna
largest
take.
town, then perhaps on our way to the rendezvous.
That works.
Corningson or Crandall? Crandall.
Does anyone know if there would happen to be a print shop around here?
Oh, my
Mm.
friend.
You're looking for a print shop?
am-
What are you trying to print?
I'm from
Flyers.
Lake Nanu,
Flyers?
so
This could be the level of technology where they've still got monks writing stuff if they need lots of stuff written
Yeah,
down.
you would have to hire some kind of artist to draft the posters for you if you're or flyers for you, and each one would have to be done individually.
That's fine.
To commission, like, even if these guys had a printing press, which they might, but if they did, you would still have to commission the original artwork, then have some kind of metal worker create the actual press, and it would be a whole process that you'd have to do.
Maybe
But
we
in
just
other
need to
words,
find
that's not
someone
really.
with. Go ahead.
Gotcha, that's not really a valid option then, because that'd take too long.
Maybe we need to find someone with skywriting spell to advertise for us.
That is an option.
we could try that.
Obviously,
mean-
we'd need to take a long rest if we had it on our list and to switch over, but yeah, maybe there's someone around who has it.
Well, how exactly do you plan on finding somebody who has that cantrip?
Skywriting's a
spell.
level spell. I was thinking we'd go to that wizard we hired for the dispel magic.
Well, we can attempt that, but I do believe that the wizard has a job as well, so we don't
And what I'm saying
exactly
is we
wanna-
hire him to use a certain spell at certain times throughout the week.
That might work. I suppose we can head there.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you guys
Out of,
go ahead.
do we know what kind of spellcasters use skywrite besides wizards?
Would you know that? One of you roll me an Arcana check with advantage.
I want to say I have
I got
my
you.
Arcana is +8.
Oh, well, maybe him.
That gives me a 21.
Oh, yeah,
Okay.
definitely you.
You're looking for what's the spell called? Skywriting?
Yes. I want to say
Skywrite spells. Let's see what kind of. This is for. Okay, yeah. So you know that artificers can cast it. You also know that druids and bards can cast it, as well as wizards.
Do we know where druids reside?
No, but you have an artificer in your party.
True, but he has to choose his spells, you see, so unless he's already chosen it, he wouldn't be able to do it. Druids, on the other hand, can actually choose what spells they have available after every long
How
rest.
do you know that?
I thought that was basic knowledge.
Your
If
character
you
knows that?
guys would like.
Well-
What's up?
if we can go to the if we can go to that wizard, he might be able to teach me the skywrite spell, and I might be able to use that for future reference. I am a wizard after all.
You
Mhm.
can try to learn
That
this
could
spell,
work.
yes.
I suppose
So-
since it's a job, we could use the party funds to get you to learn the spell.
That way, we always have somebody with us who can cast it.
You'd have to have it
Yeah.
equipped, though, after a long rest to change over if we need it, though.
I
The
know.
only thing that I can do is put a 6-second long message onto items, but I can only do about 2 of those. Then I'm kind of
That is
tapped out.
fine. But
That
it's
could be
also a
fun
ritual spell, so once I learn it, I won't have to have it prepped, actually.
Oh,
Skywrite's
excellent,
a
then.
ritual spell.
Well, let's go see the wizard.
Very
Yeah.
well, then.
You guys go see the wizard. What level did you say this spell was?
It's second level.
Second level? Okay. Cool. So what do you say as you walk in?
Hello, sir. I was wondering if by any chance you had spell scrolls, or you could possibly teach me a spell.
Did you a spell, huh?
Yes, sir. I'm looking to learn skywrite.
Skywrite.
Yes, sir.
Interesting spell. What kind of message are you trying to send?
Well, we're trying to spread the message about the princess's engagement.
princess's engagement. The princess is engaged?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Interesting. I presume I'm not allowed to tell anyone.
No,
it's
tell
public knowledge,
everybody,
hence
sir.
the spy rights.
Ah, that is a good point.
You are the first to know, actually.
Wonderful. I suppose, that being said, here's what I'll do. I will teach it to you. It will cost you 250 gold. Per day.
Per day, sir.
It is a complicated spell.
By any chance, do you have that on a spell scroll?
If it's on a spell scroll, you'll only be able to use it once.
And
I'm
you can
okay
copy it
with
to his
that,
book.
sir.
Okay. So yeah. He
Revan's
says-
gonna reach over and like smack Trico in the chest after hearing him mutter that.
He tells you it's gonna be
What?
100. It's gonna be 100 gold just for him to write the spell scroll for you.
Okay.
I'm
That
confused.
is-
What do you hear me for?
Cause you said he could just copy it down into his spell book, and I didn't want him hearing that and charging us more.
I thought that was the basic gist with wizards how they learn spells. They put it into their spell book. Doesn't he know that?
But with how much he was trying to charge us, it just.
I'm pretty sure he knew that. It's standard procedure for wizards.
Revan will hand him 100 gold.
Okay. Yeah, he takes it, he sits down, he takes about an hour to draft all the runes onto the spell scroll, and then he hands it to you. He says, now don't open this until you're ready to say the spell.
Very well. Thank you very much, sir.
So now add one spell scroll to your inventory. It has the spell that you mentioned on it.
Okay. No, but if he was gonna teach it to me for 250, I figured he was gonna try to charge me more if he knew I could learn it from the spell scroll or thought about it. Because it's happened before.
It will be harder for you to learn it from the spell scroll, like just because you'll have to teach yourself basically,
Correct.
than if he just taught you. So that's why he's probably not too concerned about that.
Revan's gonna look to the party and say, I do apologize, but I just had to spend 40 gold out of the party gold in order to get the spell scroll to learn it.
That is fine.
And as a character future reference, if I copy spells from ritual spells from his book into my book, how much would that cost?
Ritual spells from his book to your book. Remind me again of the feature that
Book
What's
of
it
Ancient
called?
Secrets. I can
Book.
learn and cast ritual spells from any class spell list in my Book of Shadows.
Yes. And it has, I think we talked about this, has to be ritual spells, and, hold on.
If it's
Get this stuff real quick. Hold on. Book of Ancient Secrets. For each level, it takes 2 hours and costs 50 gold. So it's 2 levels, or whatever the ritual is. Whatever spell level it is, it's going to cost 50 gold per level, and it's going to take 2 hours per level to write.
Okay. And just so we're clear, how come that's not what happened when Revan was getting the spell now?
Say that one more
Isn't
time.
it the same for wizards when they copy spells? It costs 50 gold per level. So how come it was 250?
It costs 50 gold per level. I don't believe that that's how wizard spellbooks work.
It is.
It is? You guys have to
Yes.
pay to copy those down?
It takes 2 hours and costs 50 gold.
Per spell level? Just like him?
For each level of the spell, correct.
Oh, okay then. Well, yeah, that would apply to you then.
So I will need to get another 100 gold before I can actually copy that into my book.
I suppose, yeah. In the past, I didn't know that that was a rule, so in the past I've always just let people do it.
I thought the whole cost of getting the spell in the first place was that you're paying them for the ingredients, and that's how he's getting money from it.
No, that was just for him to give them the spell.
Yep.
So thank you for reminding me of that rule. Now there's an extra obstacle in your way. Revan.
Oh, I already knew about that rule, so I was prepping that mentally.
Alright, I did not know about that rule. You guys probably could have got away with not mentioning it. But
I
Thank
thought you
you.
were mentioned and you overcharged us.
thank you for being honest players. No, that wasn't what I was doing. But if you thought that you know what? That's what I was doing. We'll go with that. Just yeah. All right. What's next on your guys' agenda after getting that spell?
Food? Well, rations for us and the horses. But we
Mhm.
can get the rations for the horses on the way out of the stable in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
So primarily rations for us, I do believe, unless anyone has anything else that they believe we should do first.
I think. I mean, no. We just need to figure out which route we want to take.
The one
Well,
with the large
What you doing?
element advertised to the most people, I think.
let's get our rations, and then I believe we can head back to the barracks and we can look at the map that he handed us,
Well,
and we can plan our route.
When we get back to the bags, I'm going to talk to whoever's housekeeping or whatever to talk about feeding my cat.
Okay. You look like you want to say something, Aldrin? Yes, no, maybe. No. All right.
no, I think actually though, before we go back to bed, I think I want to go look at the bridge again before we head off on our journey, just to see it if I could. The levee, I mean, not the bridge. Sorry.
You go back to the levee, sure.
Okay.
What are you looking for?
Well, you said that the levee's damaged, correct?
Yes, 100%. It's damaged. Yes.
Could I try to fix at least some of the damage?
So as you walk over the levee, you do notice they've already started like putting up new bricks. They've already kind of started on the repairs. You want to see if you can use a spell to try to fix it real quick, or are you going to use a
Yeah, I want to
machine
see
or
if
what?
I can. No, I want to see if I can magically create the correct tool to help in
Okay.
the situation.
Which artificer spell or ability are you going to use to try to do that?
It is called the right tool for the job.
Okay. So this would not magically fix it right away instantly. This would just, and I'm asking.
Well, yeah,
here,
obviously.
I'm asking you to understand.
Yeah,
This
I know it
wouldn't-
won't fix it immediately,
This
but
will
it'll
just help
give me
you
the correct
create
tool
the right
to
tool
help.
to help get it done.
Yes.
And
That's
what
what
are
I
you
would
planning?
like.
Are you planning to kind of just leave the tool there for them to use?
No,
Or are you
I'll
planning
help
to use
them.
it yourself to try to finish it?
No, I'll help them to finish it.
For sure. So read to me how this feature works.
It says that with thieves' tools in hand, which I have thieves' tools, I can thieves' tools or artisan's tools. You can magically create one set of artisan tools in an unoccupied space within 5 feet of you. This creation requires 1 hour of uninterrupted work, which can coincide with a short rest or long rest, whatever. And then the tool's going to magically disappear after I'm done. It's just going to disappear after I use it. So,
Yeah.
but
Okay.
it'll give me the correct tool for
Yes.
whatever I need it for.
Yeah, that sounds great. Okay. Yeah, so it'll create a toolkit, is what it'll create specifically.
Yes. Yeah.
All right.
It creates the toolkit needed for.
For sure.
It creates one set of non-magical, of the tools needed.
Yeah. So you use the feature, and the trinkets in front of you that you are casting the spell on kind of reshape and form together. They create a set of mason's tools.
Perfect.
So, are you gonna go ahead and try to work on that?
Yeah.
Right.
I'll go ahead and.
You're not proficient in mason's tools, are you?
No, but
Okay then. So when you roll this,
be
you're not
much
going to add
harder.
proficiency to it. Okay. This will
Okay.
be a dexterity-based roll. So go ahead and just roll me a dexterity check then. No proficiency because you're not proficient. I'll tell you right
16.
now, the DC. Oh, you already said?
yeah.
Okay. Yeah. It's not too difficult. The masonry part is not too difficult. It's a bulk of the work. There are parts of it that are not masonry, and that's kind of the last few detail parts. But in the short, we'll say 1d6 hours, 5 hours. In the 5 hours that you work on this, you're able to get most of the body of the levee rebuilt. And now they just kind of have to do the landscaping around the outside of the break to get it fixed up. So you help them out with a bulk of the work, which is good. That'll give them a lot more time to plan for the celebration before you guys get back. So that's awesome. They're going to really appreciate that.
Perfect.
Awesome.
That was my plan.
Okay. Does anyone else have anything that they want to do before we go to bed for the night? It is Kythorn the second.
Just the rations.
The rations. Okay,
Get
for sure.
rations for the party.
So let me pull out that book that I just put away. Yeah. So for rations. Rations. Okay. Rations. Okay. If I'm not mistaken, a day of rations is worth 5 silver. So how many days would you like to buy for?
I believe. How long is a week in this world, out of character?
7 days.
7 days? I just wanted to make sure.
I don't want to change it up too much. It's 7 days.
Should we buy 7 days of rations for each of us?
If you guys do have a map accessible to you. So if you want to look at the map to get a better idea of how this is going to work, you can totally.
We'd need
look at the
28
map.
days of rations then for all of us, 7 for 4 of us.
Yeah.
Yes, but I think it might be best if we buy the other rations once we get there.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. It was 1 week's rations to there. It's worth I was
Okay.
referring to.
Indeed.
If we take Crandall Pike Pass, we'll go up to Crandall Pike, but it also goes down and we can go up to another town.
I'm gonna try
It's
this.
there.
I'm gonna pull up the map. Okay, good. So the map is
And
pulled up.
then
I'm
then
gonna
that
show
goes
you
over to
guys-
Grandel. Otherwise, we take the Grand Road, try to take the Bending Highway up, or we just stay down below.
Yeah.
So we can either go through 2 towns to get to Grandel, or we can only go through 2 or 1, essentially. is
Yeah.
our
So
options
it
here.
could take you half a week to just about, maybe a little bit more. Probably about 4 days to get to Cormanston, and then 3 days to go up the Istaltur Trail to get up to Grandel. Or you could take like 1 day, get to Crandike, 2 days, get to Miskney, or maybe I should split that up better. It'd probably be like 3, 2, 2. So 2 days to get to Crandike, 3 days to get to Miskney, we'll say, and then 2 days to get to Grandel from
I
Miskney.
think going through more towns would be better for the advertising purposes.
I do agree with that.
Okay.
If we go that way on our way up, we can take the other route.
Yeah, that's a good
Double
point.
that.
If you guys wanted to, that is an excellent point. You guys can go one way when you go the first time, and then the second time you go, you can go the other way, and then that'll allow you to hit up all the spaces that you need to hit up. If you know what I mean.
That sounds good.
That'll allow you to. So you could take like the northern path to start, and then when you go back, you take the southern one.
That sounds like a good plan.
We may have to not plan too far ahead in case the people we're escorting have a particular preference.
Well,
Well,
For we know
listen,
they've got
either
family in
we
the other town they
escort
want
them,
to
or
pass
they
by
find their own
first.
way here.
They
with
might
all
have
due
family in the other town
respect,
they want to pass by through, though.
unless they have a
Last
good
time I
reason,
checked, we're escorting them. So
I agree with Aldrin here.
whatever route we want to go, they have to go.
If we have some reason to not go the other route, that even if they want to, unless they have a good reason to go that way, we're the escort, and I believe we need to do what's best in interest for their safety. As
Which
that
could
is our
change
orders.
if we encounter armies or bandits too heavily on one path. We have to go the other way, probably.
Indeed. So I believe we should take the northern path, and unless
I don't
anything
know.
changes, we take the southern pass on the way back.
I honestly,
Okay.
as Ultron, I honestly don't think we're gonna have any issues. I don't think anything's gonna stop us.
Just so we're clear, though, why is it safer to go back with the escort through less towns? Wouldn't it be safer to go through the towns in case something happened? We're close to civilization.
have less people that you have to deal with if you go through less towns. The entire way to avoid trouble is to avoid people.
Okay.
All right. So what is the sitch? What have we decided on?
Take the northern path, unless anybody has any objections.
I just think I think the southern path will just be more scenic than
Indeed, we can take that on the way back.
The
The
northern
upper
path,
path.
you say? Good to know.
No.
Good to know.
Oh no.
It's okay.
It's fine.
It's fine.
I know what book you're holding.
You guys are fine.
Also, if we think that we run into too much trouble, there are plenty of other routes to get down to the southern path if need be.
Indeed, it does appear that there is plenty of
Yeah,
little
there's plenty of crisscrosses and like places where you can change up the path you're going down.
and
Yes, so if something were to happen that made you think maybe one direction was
Listen.
not good or whatever, like if that was to happen for some weird
Does
reason,
anyone-
like
actually-
if God was gonna strike you down at some point
Trust
along
me.
the path and you wanted to switch in the future, that is an option.
Real quick question: is the area we're going through what type of terrain?
Yeah, okay, so the northern trail is
Is
going to
it-
be probably more hilly. The southern trail is going to be more
Okay.
grassland as you guys come through.
Perfect. Look, listen, guys. The scariest beast I've ever seen is a grick, and those things are like the Badlands desert area. We're not gonna run into one of those, so I'm not worried. And
Well-
if also, I think we just stay away from rocks, just in case, because you never know.
well, Mr. Aldrin, I know how much you love the water. If you care, we could always head up to the town straight due north, and we could possibly take the river
Trust me.
down.
We could. The river does go straight in. Valid point. If need be, we could take the river.
I think that we could possibly take the river back. Actually, that might very well be the safest bet.
Rohan's path looks like a pretty solid route if we need to.
I think that the river
don't
should
know.
be the last resort, though, as we don't exactly have a boat.
Also, I think that we have the upper hand if we end up in the water.
I can
And
fly, so I can even avoid the water.
I'll be
need be.
looking over at our water genasi
Rain.
corner.
For sure. Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah, totally.
Stabby stab. Very well. I think that he might enjoy that a little bit if we take that path too.
Water
We'll
boy
have to
would
carry his
quite
horse though
enjoy
for
it.
him.
Shall
Oh, those are not as expensive as I thought they were. Okay,
so let's see. I'm going to buy my rations though. Why?
I might cop one of those.
You said it's 5 silver a day,
5 silver per day, and that's per person as well.
so 7 times. So that's 35 silver a person.
I've got 10
think
rations currently, so I can use
Currently,
those and not carry so much around with me.
yeah, I was gonna say currently. I think I'll just stick to any rations I have on me.
1 ration per day per person. So if you were to
Well,
buy
how
it,
many-
if you were to buy
Hold
them for the whole trip until you got to Grandel, then that would be 7 days. 7 times 5 would be 35. Times each person would be times 4.
Oh wait, I still have 10 days worth of rations on me.
So
I
that
will
would be
not need to purchase any rations
And
rations
60
before leaving.
silver.
I think
You can
100
also
silver
forage a
or
bit if
60
you want.
gold.
I think until we get to Grandel, I don't know if we really.
I
need
think
to
we'll
carry
actually be okay.
food.
Yeah, because I have 10
But
days
you-
worth of rations. Because
And
So do
you
I, and we
guys
can always
also
forage a
don't
bit.
have to worry about water, because for the most part, you'll be next to rivers. So,
And if we get
Right.
desperate, we can just lick rain.
lick rain.
Please
I
don't
know
lick
if I like
rain.
that.
Revan is going to insistently say, please do not lick another person.
First of all, I was only joking, and secondly, what I do with any girlfriend I get is my business.
So is Rain your girlfriend then?
Rain, did you
I
consent to
just
this?
said I was not going to lick rain.
No.
Hey,
You guys are
Well,
hilarious.
I think we should head to bed then. and we can head out in the morning.
Might
Yes.
be a good idea to do that. Yeah.
Mm.
All right.
I'll pick
You
up
guys
Trico
go
and
back.
towel
To,
her to my chest.
you guys go back to the barracks. You rest your pretty little heads for bed, and you rise awake the next morning. Don't need this anymore. Okay. Let's go one by one. Rain. What does Rain do upon awakening from his slumber?
I'm gonna have some breakfast.
You're gonna have some breakfast on this morning of Kythorn the Third. Wonderful.
Yeah.
You walk over. You see that they have some apples and oranges sitting in a little bowl. They have some. They actually have a ham there that you can just cut some pieces off. Today they have a ham. You can cut some ham off, eat some ham, and then they have a few little rolls of bread that you could eat as well.
I will have a little of each.
Wonderful. And Mac, what about you, dog? What does Aldrin do as he wakes up on that fine morning?
Honestly, Aldrin's going to go and look, like, just see if there's any food. And
Yeah. So you walk in, you see the same thing. You see the ham, you see the
Right.
apples and oranges, you see the whatever else I said there was, the bread. Yeah, just a nice
I think-
little spread of things right there for breakfast. Nice and simple.
Aldrin's just gonna grab an apple and some bread and go make sure the steel defender and my my little metal bird are good to go for the journey ahead.
Yeah, you go check them out. The bird is kind of flying around, and the steel defender's trying to like grab it to like bring it back down. Just kind of stumbling around. Kind of looks like Baymax wobbling around the room. All right. Yeah, love that. Let's go over to Austin. What is Revan doing right now?
He's going to get up, and he's going to go get some breakfast, just as everyone else did. He's going to walk in, and he's going to simply cut him off a piece of ham and grab a roll, and then he's going to go sit down and study his spells.
Wonderful. You go sit down and study your spells. Give me an Arcana check.
Okay. That is a natural 20, which is a
natural 20?
28. Yes.
A natural. Okay. On a natural 20, that spell that you were Skywrite that you were trying to learn, yeah, you know it now. It's like it took
Oh.
you no time at all to study it. You know it 100% now,
Oh, okay.
for sure.
So I can go and add that to my
certainly.
book.
You can add it to your book. You know it now,
Cool.
for sure.
That was
All right. Yeah, that's great. You know what? Go ahead and take a point of inspiration for that as well. That's going to be a point of inspiration for you. Just like you're there, you're in your element, you're getting all nerdy with it, you're looking at that book, studying, and you just you get that scribbled out, and it's perfect. For sure. Most certainly. Okay. I'm going to say let's go ahead to our next member, Trico. What is up with Trico this morning?
I'll feed Tickle, check a little tray or whatever I'm using for that equivalent. Does she go outside or is she a completely indoor barracks cat?
Your cat?
Sorry.
I suppose, yeah, so your cat, that's a good question. Where did you get the cat again? You got it from that dude?
From the guy we sold the owlbear to.
Yeah. We'll say indoor cat, just a nice little homebody. Kind that
Yeah, I'll
would,
check
you
what. I'll
know,
press the detention litter box then.
prestidigitation litter box. Wonderful. So you clean up the litter box. The cat is very happy. Goes up and licks you. You guys are sitting down eating. You notice the lights kind of flicker a little bit for a few seconds, and then they kind of stop. So that happens.
I also go to get breakfast. And when you say the lights, do you mean like the torches of fire on the side?
Yeah, exactly. They kind of like fizzle in and out. Like the coals on them kind of, the flame on them shrinks down to where they're almost out, then opens it back up again. Kind of open and shut. Yeah, like that.
I'll cast produce flame, so we've got a floating fireball around me for extra light. That
I mean, they do it for a few seconds, but then like the light comes back. They don't do it forever. They just like kind of whoop, whoop, whoop.
Nonetheless,
Like,
I'm going to use produce flame, so we've got some light, so we know it's from a different source.
Okay, for sure. Yeah, you do that. Awesome. Great. Where's your guys' first stop after breakfast?
Oh, we head to the stables.
All right.
I need to talk to whoever's in charge of housekeeping while we're gone for Tico.
Yeah. I don't think that. I mean, the soldiers in the barracks kind of clean I guess soldiers in the barracks. They would kind of clean out the barracks as they live there. So, I suppose you'd go over to the chore board, and you see the person whose job it is that week to clean around. So I suppose you would go up to them, and then tell them what you want to tell them. I'm assuming just to take care of
I'd
the
ask
cat
him
and
to,
clean
like-
the litter box.
Yes, thank you.
All right.
And feed her.
For sure. And he says, yes, certainly I can do that. But, you know, if you save up some money, eventually you might be able to buy yourself, like, a house or an apartment at some point and keep your cat there. And you can actually sleep there. We only sleep in the barracks because we haven't saved up enough money yet to buy our own house. But,
I'd still need someone to look after my cat, even if I did that, though.
yeah, of course. But, like, then you'd have, like, a house that someone could, you know what? Forget I mentioned it then. It's all good. I'll take care of your cat.
Thank you.
All right. And then he goes. Okay. So you guys are going to head over to the stables and say hello to your pretty little horses. Aldrin, you walk up to your boy. Your boy was the one with was it the one with the fat eye or the big teeth? Which one was yours? You're muted.
Mine was the twitchy one.
The
so
twitchy one. Yeah, yours was the twitchy one.
the
Mine's the
one-
big eye. And I should call it the Beholder.
I guess mine must have been the one with the big teeth then if it was twitching.
Okay, awesome.
Because there was the one that was balding, the one with the big eye, the albino, and the one that was twitching.
Awesome. Yep.
So-
Oh no, the one with the big teeth was the one with the patchy fur.
Okay, yeah. So mine was just
Yeah.
twitching.
This was just twitchy. Okay, and then Rain, you go up to yours. Yours was the one with the big teeth and the patchy coat, I believe. He's over there. He's still scratching up his little bald spots.
Patchy.
Patchy, he's over there scratching his stuff. Austin, you walk over and your albino twin. You know, some people say pets look like their owners, and you see on Facebook they have those little like memes or whatever. This is that meme right there. You got the albino tiefling sitting there with his albino horse.
I'm gonna walk up to him. I'm gonna whip out a pastry and I'm gonna feed it to Loaf. I named the. Don't ask. I don't know.
You named
I named the horse Loaf.
Loaf. Okay, wonderful. Yes.
Loaf or loaf?
Understood. Okay.
Loaf, as in like bread loaf.
Yep.
Yep.
Ah,
Amazing. Awesome. Gotcha. Cool. Awesome.
Wow,
And
That's such a weird name. Why didn't you pick something normal like Gerald or like Patchy?
since when is
like,
Gerald a
what?
normal horse name?
Trico, what about you, dog? What's up with your horse? You go up, say hi to your horse, the one with the fat
I'll
ass
feed him a
eye.
pastry because we have them out as well and see what happens, and then I'll
Alright.
fly up to sit on him to get ready to go.
Give me, you have your horse's stats, yes? I gave you guys. It's
Yes,
it's the riding
I've got
horse
a
stats.
mount.
It's the riding horse
Yep.
stats.
Nope.
So go ahead and roll
I
a
never read it.
constitution check for your horse.
12 total.
12 total. Wonderful. Okay. Yeah, you feed him the pastry, and you kind of walk him out of the stable to hook him onto one of the carts. I assume you guys are taking the carts, right? Or are you just going to ride the horses?
I would assume we're taking the carts. That way we can. Well, we're gonna bring at least one cart, I do know, so we can escort the guy back safely.
Okay. Are you bringing
Well, I
a
thought we were
cart?
taking like a carriage or
Are
something
you?
so I can actually
Yeah,
sit
I was gonna
inside of
say,
it.
are you bringing a cart or are you bringing a carriage?
I believe we should take a carriage.
Hmm.
Maybe a cart and carriage in case it's got supplies.
Oh, we aren't taking much supplies on the way there.
I mean, if they had supplies.
Well, if they need us to carry their supplies, I believe we can just grab a cart from them. It's just a cart, nothing fancy.
Fair enough. Although we shouldn't come without a carriage because that would look very bad. That we're here to escort you.
Indeed,
When you
let's at
escort
least
us
take
in.
the carriage, and then we can leave the other 2 horses unoccupied. That way, in case we get attacked on the way there, we can perform some maneuvers.
Let me say this. I'm gonna have. Let's have Aldrin make me a history check.
Wonderful. Ooh, 22.
22. Yeah. Rain, the thought kind of pops into your head. You're like, you know what? These guys are royal. They're probably going to have a ton of shit that they're going to want to bring with them. And, like, they probably have tons of horses and carts that they could bring that shit with. Like, you guys are just escorts. You're just there to hold the front, hold the back, and keep them safe along the journey. So, like, they're probably going to bring more stuff than they would expect you to be able to bring in carts to come back with. So, like, that's a thought that comes into your head. You don't know whether it's true or not, but based on what you know about royalty from all the places that you visited as an artificer, who's traveled this world, you could guess that might be a possibility as well, something that you guys should consider.
Well, I don't know if we really need the carts, guy. Like, they're probably gonna bring more stuff than, they're expecting us to be able to carry for them. And we are just their escorts. So just, holding down the front and the back of their caravan as we go through. So it honestly might be better if all 4 of us just were on our horses solely. Unless we
Very well.
absolutely need something to carry over there with us.
Although we should at least have some way for my horse to not need me to ride all the time so I can scout the air.
Well, your horse can walk alongside.
Yeah, your horse can walk alongside us.
You have
Not an
reins.
issue.
Okay.
You can just toss the reins.
Okay, we toss you the reins, that's fine. I thought we might need a rope to tie him to another horse.
No, we can just hold this side.
If need be, I do have rope, so.
Okay, we're all set then.
Alright then. You guys head on your way. You take your horses, you take your carriage, you start walking northwest. You guys are taking Krandike Pass, yes?
Indeed.
The north path, yes.
Krandike Pass is going to take you 2 days to go through. So, you go up Krandike Pass on the first day.
And just so we're clear, I am going to be flying up periodically to check the surroundings.
That's fine. That doesn't change your passive perception. That's cool. Okay. But I will keep that in mind. All right. What pace are you guys going actually? Because that might change your time.
I'd say we'd be moving at. We wouldn't really be stopping for much, except to let the horses get some water.
So normal.
Yeah, and.
Yeah.
For sure, yeah. So you guys go normal pace. You walk up Krandike Pass. You make it to the halfway point. First day, uneventful. We're now on Kythorn the 4th.
I'm sure we have been foraging on the way, guys, so we can save rations if need be, and just because we can.
You guys
we are trying to make it there pretty quickly. I don't believe foraging would help much.
Yeah,
It'd slow us down more than anything.
You guys are kind of walking through. It's kind of barren. It's like grassy and hilly. It's not very fruitful as like a forest would be with like berry bushes and such. It's very plain terrain along this area. But you are coming to these like rolling. You see off in the distance on the second day, these kind of rolling over the hills are these rolling fields of like wheat, corn. You can tell you're getting into like the agricultural part of Karedon.
While here, I'll also keep an eye out for, rustlers or thieves just stealing corn from the crops.
You can totally do that. Totally within your right to do that. You can be on the lookout for that. Okay. Rain. You're flying above the party, keeping an eye out, looking out into the field. Not Rain, I'm sorry. Trico, you're up there flying over the fields. You're kind of like soaring over the party as you guys are traveling along the trail. You notice to the north, like direct north. So as you turn your head to the right a little bit, up to the north, you see a small dot. If you held your arm out full length, it would probably only be about the size of your thumbnail at this point. But it is getting larger as it's coming closer. And you could.
Is it like does it look like fire, or what does it look like?
As you're looking, you see that its arms kind of spread open as if it has wings.
I'll dive down saying, "Hey guys, we got company on the horizon. There's something big coming our way."
Okay, and how does everybody respond to that?
Hey, Aldrin, you get your trusty little buddy there on your side ready. You're muted, sir.
Always.
Very well then. Revan
Ready.
draws his rapier and steps down from his horse.
Wonderful.
Yep. I will be prepared with the arquebus.
Thanks to Trico's flying, you guys, this creature got disadvantage on their stealth check. So you guys did good there. Wings flap. The speed of its approach does give you some kind of insight into how big this thing is. And as it goes closer and closer, you start to make out features of it. It's got these large, red, fleshy wings. As it flaps and flaps, its tail kind of like stringing along in the wind like a kite. Whoosh, whoosh.
Guys, I think we should go into the cornfield and hide.
I respectfully disagree.
You want to find a dragon? You don't know how big or old it is.
It goes over some of the wheat and shoots fire out of its mouth and starts burning the crops as it flies through.
I don't think running into a burning field's necessarily the safest bet here either.
It's not the field that you're next to. It's kind of off in the distance. This thing hasn't noticed you guys really, but it's like it's just kind of going around destroying stuff generally.
I believe we should keep walking, but be ready. Any one disagree on that one?
I got an idea, guys. I could cast my comprehend languages ritual so that when we do
I
get
have
to the connection,
Draconic.
Okay, we're fine then.
I could, if it stops trying to attack shit and we get close enough, I can try to talk to it.
Good point. Good point. Okay.
We about to barter with a dragon?
We may have to. I'm just saying.
Yeah, you guys continue walking, and as you're walking, the distance between you and this creature are starting to close in. As you get closer, you notice there is another head on this thing. Only one of the heads, you only notice two heads right now. One of the heads is breathing fire, the other one isn't. It's kind of just thrashing its head around, making noise. You guys can try to give me a perception check to see if you notice what the other head looks like.
When you say another head, do you mean attached to the same neck, or do you mean
attached to the same neck? Yes, attached to the same, or
okay,
attached to the same shoulder, I should say.
I rolled a 18.
I got a 19.
I think Uldred did better than both of you. That is a natural 20, my friends. Uldred, you've heard of these creatures in your time in Vaspo because of all the dragons in the area. There's stories of dragon crossbreeds. You already know of the Dragonborn, the species of dragon that took on a humanoid form. You've met many of them. There's another species, kind of an offshoot of dragon, that's more bastardized, much more demonic, much more unnatural, only can be created through magic or by a god of some sort. You look at the other head, and you notice rounded horns along the side of its head. And now you know to look between those heads, and you see a orange mane wrapping around a third head, placed in the middle of the dragon and the goat head. This is a chimera.
Oh, okay. That's just not a normal dragon, guys. That's a chimera, which, I mean, a dragon would be one thing. This thing's not, you know, not like a dragon. That's for sure. It's just,
An animal?
I mean, aren't we all? I mean, I guess you're not an animal, but
Would
these things
have heard
animals?
of this creature before.
Would you have heard of this creature? You may have. Give me a history. No, this would be a. We'll say nature check. Give me a
Nature check. The dice are being quite kind today. That is a 17.
17. When he says chimera, it rings a bell in your head, although you don't remember very specific things about it.
Okay.
But you know you've heard of chimeras before. Okay. What's the choice from this point? This thing still isn't, like, directly trying to get you guys or anything.
Mr. Uldren, do you know anything about how lethal one of these are by any chance? Is it worse than a dragon?
Okay.
That probably depends on the kind of dragon.
Yeah, that's
I
a good
mean,
point. It does.
Yeah, depends on what kind of dragon you're talking about.
So give me a second. I'll try to answer this question for you. I suppose
This is the thing I can tell you is the good thing is only one of the three heads is a dragon head.
Yes.
So by that logic, we can assume that that's the only one that can breathe fire.
Yeah. It's worse than a wormling, but it's not as bad as an adult dragon.
Yeah.
Or a young
That's
dragon.
nice.
It's better than a young dragon or an adult dragon. It's not as good as a wormling. So like, you guys would rather fight a wormling than this thing.
So having known what this thing is, would I know if I can speak to it or not?
You can speak to it. It does speak Draconic, or it doesn't speak Draconic, but it'll understand Draconic if you speak Draconic to it.
Got
Is it still intelligent enough, though, to actually be open to talking, though? Or is it just an animal that happens to understand commands?
It would depend on who has trained the Chimera in the past, or if it has been trained. So, Uldren, you wouldn't know for sure if this thing has been trained before, but it would understand you.
Right. Good to know.
Well, given what we've been... Well, actually, what would you tell us, Uldren?
What would your advice be to them, Uldren?
I would avoid the obviously the dragon head of the three heads. One of them does appear to, chimera. One of the heads is like a lion head, and the other one is like, a goat. So I think those are probably the two heads that are the least dangerous of the three. I don't know about you, but I don't think I do too great if I get caught on fire. So I would definitely
Fire's
avoid
nothing.
those.
Well, do you think we should keep heading forward and fight it if we must?
I mean,
Shouldn't be too bad.
no, I don't think it's like I said, it's not a dragon. We should be able to fight it. It's going to be a fight if we have to fight it.
Very well, then I think...
We're not going to be able to pull some nonsense like we pulled with the owl bear. Let's just say that.
Very well,
not going
then.
to get tricked that easily.
Okay.
Very well.
For sure. So you guys are gonna keep walking?
Yes. Should we go around it, though?
Are
Has some
are you
detour or
guys
what?
walking to try to like mind your own business, or are you walking to like hide from it?
What do you guys think we should do? I say we just walk and mind our own business. I think if we attempt
See,
to hide
this
from
is
it, we
this is
might
the
enter into
issue.
their field.
We're not in Krandike yet, so from what
I
I
think
remember
we sort of
looking
just
at
need
the
to keep
map,
going.
the road, I don't know. I feel like the road is too close between this northern and southern path that if we just keep going and we somehow get past it, it could still be in our way when we come back through with.
We're going to
when
take a
we're
different road,
escorting the group
possibly.
through.
If we see a sign of a Chimera on this road.
He has a point. Since we haven't traveled too far, the roads are quite close together. I think taking it out now might just be the best bet in order to ensure the safety of the prince.
I thought we were going to take the south route afterwards. There's a huge
Well, we are,
on the other
but
side of the.
We've just
But-
left the town, though. The map
yeah, we're not even
shows
to
that
Krandike yet. This
the
creature
paths
could.
are quite close together.
Yeah,
You guys are right near like the tip of the D in Karedon.
yeah. This
Right.
this creature
touche.
could easily clear that distance in the week it's going to take, like over a week that it's going to take us to get back, if we somehow
Fair
can
enough.
sneak past it.
Yeah.
I would, however, stay away from it if we can. Try not to get too close if we are going to fight it.
Rain, what does Rain think of this? What is Rain's perspective on this whole situation?
Well, it breathes fire, so I'm kind of super effective against fire. So, but at the same time, I'm not too sure about those other two heads. The lion one is a little concerning.
If it's
But
got 3 hits, it could attack us 3 times in a short succession. In other character, that means in a round, logically. And I swear I'm not metagaming with stat blocks, but that's just logical conclusion.
Well, I've killed a lion before. I've eaten goat. And fuck, why not add a dragon to that list?
Muted. Aldrin, you're muted.
I fought a dragonborn before, and I mean, obviously, I haven't fought a dragon, but yes, the dragonborn was pretty tough. But I'm not concerned about this.
Okay.
Do we even have
What
a plan, though? We have to get to the ground somehow for most of us to be effective.
All right. I'm going to pull something else out here. This is a 5-minute timer.
Oh boy, here we go.
When this runs out, the Chimera will notice you. You guys have until it runs out before you have to roll initiative.
Very well.
What if we hide?
Okay, first question about this: who doesn't have ranged attacks or weapons?
I have a few ranged attacks. They aren't necessarily going. They aren't super strong, but I do indeed have a couple ranged attacks.
Okay.
Guys, it's occurred to me we need to tie up the horses somewhere, otherwise they might be casualties, and then we'll have to walk.
Yeah.
We are quite literally in the middle of the cornfield, though. There's not much to tie them up to currently.
We'll tie them up together so they can't exactly move very far, and we can go get them later. But otherwise, they'll be in the firing lines.
I believe that if it notices us, we should allow Uldren to start taking shots at it before it gets to us.
I'll do the
If
same thing.
I will not necessarily engage it until it gets a little bit closer to the ground. And worst comes to worst, I will vortex warp it if I can, a little bit away from us, so we can get some more hits on it. I believe the best we can do currently is just sort of wait till it notices us and see how it attempts to fight us. As long as it doesn't attempt to stay in the sky only, I think we'll be okay.
Well, if it does, it can't claw us, so maybe that is for the best. I could play
Sure.
keep it away within the sky if you like. Well, there's risky.
Well, I might possibly be able to slow it down if it lands on the ground, though, and hold it in place. Which might be...
It's gonna notice us as soon as any of us take a shot at it. So
Indeed, which
I
is
can
fine.
try to reason with it before that point, before it tries to attack. But at the same time,
Is it worth giving up?
Is it really worth it?
Is
Yeah.
it worth giving up?
don't
What
think
if
so.
we...
And
Yeah.
just here's another question. My hex can allow disadvantage on any ability checks made with a chosen ability. So what ability would it be contested with you being able to slow it down?
That's only given it lands. I could impede it with ice.
So would you like me to make it disadvantage on dex so it slips more easily?
No, unfortunately, it's not Dex.
Or whichever ability, so I can actually make it so it's got disadvantage. And
I
set it
don't
up for
think
you.
that we... Out of character, would we know what abilities it is? I feel like that would be a little bit metagame-ish if I knew
Isn't
what
that in your
ability
spells
it was. It
description?
is, but I think that might be a little bit metagame-ish.
Do you know what ability? Do you know what ability is what? What ability? What skill?
So Rhymes Binding Ice. It's a Dex. Sorry, it's a con save. But I think that'd be a little bit metagame-ish if I like knew it was constant.
No, you would know that the spell's effectiveness would depend on. Yeah, on their constitution, on how.
Okay, so that
how
I just
well
wanted
they
to make
can
sure that
resist
wouldn't be
damage.
metagaming.
You would know
Okay.
that. So that's what that represents, really. It's like you're casting that spell, knowing, okay, this spell will only kind of be effective if I can cast it more powerfully than they can resist it.
Okay.
So like
I just wanted to.
you wouldn't know the creature's constitution unless you
Yeah.
knew the creature, but you would know that that's what's associated with it.
And they could tell me and I'll choose Constitution so it's got disadvantage with Hex.
You could say, hey, try to bring down its constitution. Try to make it weaker, more vulnerable just in general. Not specifically in one area, but just try to make it more vulnerable so that I can do what I need to do to this thing.
Gotcha. Alrighty.
Real quick,
Of course.
based off the knowledge that I know of
Mhm.
this creature, I don't think it's gonna want to stay in the sky.
Don't think it's
from
going to want to stay in the sky. Okay.
no, from I don't know. I feel like it's gonna want to try to swoop down on us. I don't think that this thing's just gonna let us shoot at it.
Well, speaking of
Unless
which, it's going to
it's
land soon, so we need to be
that
ready.
Scared. Unless it's really that scared of us, which I don't think it will be. I don't think it's gonna.
We better spread out though in case it does breathe fire. We don't all be hit.
The Chimera
No, yeah.
is now inching closer to you guys.
Very well.
I'm going to take to the air, but not too far off the ground because I still want to land. But I will
I'm
be
just gonna.
15 feet away from other people, so it
Yep.
doesn't hit us all with fire.
Yep.
Very well.
I'm gonna get away from everyone and just ready the arquebus at it.
The Chimera turns its head. It sees your party. You guys can't see its eyes yet, but you can. You know how like when people's eyes light up? Like if you're watching a football game, right? And you see the player about to catch the pass, or like a soccer game and they're getting a pass and they're about to go kick the goal. Like you can kind of see it in their body language that their eyes are lighting up, that they're getting hyped up. You notice that in this Chimera as it looks at you guys.
Oh shit.
It turns towards you guys and begins to swoop
I'm gonna
over.
go.
I'm gonna need everybody to roll initiative here.
17.
17 for Trico.
14 for Revan.
14 for Revan.
14 as well.
14 for who?
We got to roll again for Rain.
For Rain.
I got a
15.
17 on my second roll.
You guys don't have to roll again. What we can do
Okay.
is you guys can act on the same initiative. You guys can discuss amongst each other who goes first, or if you guys want to go at the same time and do some combo move, you can do that as well.
I got 15, so me and my steel defender will be going back to back at 15.
Well, you got
Mr.
15.
I'm gonna look to Rain and say, how would you feel about getting on the back of it? If you can.
Sure.
Who's Angela's damnness? Is that someone on our
Very
someone
well.
just talked in our Twitch chat and said it doesn't matter, but I got an 18.
exactly.
I've never seen.
I don't
one
know.
of these things.
He
I
popped
don't know
in
what it'll
my.
do.
All right. Well, Angelus, you got first. You're first in the initiative. So what would you like to do, sir? That's
Plot
hilarious.
twist: he is the Chimera.
No, that's me. I'm God.
Oh no.
In all reality, though, Aldrin has Trico has the highest initiative. So Trico will go first.
How far away is it?
As of right now, it's about 60 feet. It can get to you guys in one turn.
I'll cast Hex Knowledge with Constitution chosen as the ability score.
Wonderful. It's got Hex on it. Constitution is the ability. I'll make a note of that. How long does that last?
1 hour.
Awesome. So probably the rest of the combat. I don't imagine it's going enough rounds to make up for the whole hour.
Oh, and technically, since I'm casting a higher level due to Pact Magic, it's 3rd level, so I can make concentration on spell for up to 8 hours.
Okay.
That was the level 1 description I was reading, sorry.
Okay. Yeah, great, awesome. Love that.
And then I'll say to everyone, we definitely wanted to land on the ground, don't we?
Well, I would assume so. It would make it easier for the rest of us to attack.
Do you want me to bring it closer to us then?
No, I think we should just let it come here on its own. It's coming this way anyway. We don't want to get you
Okay.
in any more trouble than you already might be in.
I'll cast Eldritch Blast, and I will not be using the Grass of Hagar to bring it closer 10 feet.
Copy that. Okay, here is what we'll do. We have Aldrin next. What would you like to do?
I was going to also move away 30 feet backwards to stay away from it further.
You're going to move away 30 feet
Behind-
backwards. Okay,
Behind people, though, so that way it will still come through the rest of the whole party.
of course. Thank you,
Listen,
Angelus, for the tip on the volume. I just want to say that real quick. Go ahead, Mac.
I'm gonna do what Aldrin has been waiting to do since
course.
he's grouped up with the party,
Of course.
and
Pew pew.
yeah, pew pew. How far away would you say
60 feet.
Chimera is? 60 feet.
Told
Perfect.
Trico the same thing. About 60 feet.
Sorry, I was thinking about my future attacks. I was not paying attention to what
All good. All good.
was going on.
That's all good.
If I'm a D10, that'd be ideal. Right. I'm going to shoot it with the arquebus.
You're going to shoot it with the arquebus.
Shoot it with the arquebus.
For sure. Let's see what happens.
Let the first shot rip. 16 to hit.
How come you didn't ask for the rolls of the Eldritch Blast?
And 6. Yeah, good question. He did say he was going to shoot it with Eldritch Blast.
You're going to shoot
No
what with
fear.
Eldritch Blast?
Chimera.
That's what Trico said. He said he was going to.
Yeah.
Okay. Wait, on his turn he's going to do it, or in the future he's going to do it?
Oh, he already
You can
did
do
it.
it now.
You
Hex was a
did it
bonus
this
action. I
turn.
can still cast a cantrip.
Oh, shoot. Okay, then, well, shoot. Let me go ahead and cast
let
that
him-
Eldritch Blast, then.
I'll keep my.
Since I'm 5th level, I cast it twice, technically.
Awesome.
Okay, the
yeah.
first one misses,
Yeah, that checks out.
and the second one's a 19 hit.
19 to hit. That's going to hit. So what's the damage?
14 Eldritch Blast damage, and another 2 Hex damage.
And another 2 hex damage. Damn, that's nice. Okay, wonderful. Yeah, you pew just blast it, and it goes pew whoop, slams into him. You get another one, right? Or did you
I
roll
already
both
did the
of
other
them?
one, it missed.
Okay, for sure.
I missed the first one,
How do you know you missed the first one? You don't know.
because I
it's
rolled
not with
it. And, well, I rolled a nat 1, so I had to miss.
us. Oh yeah. Okay. Well then, that would be the truth. Now, Mr. Aldrin, what would you like to do?
Okay. The first of the series of arquebus shots. I have a 16 to hit
A 16 to hit. That will hit.
and 6 for the damage.
6 for the damage. Nice. Wonderful. You take your arquebus. Boom! You guys hear a loud bang like most of you have never heard before. All right? I suppose Revan would know this sound. The rest of you would not. You hear that loud bang, pop, as this small explosion goes off in this metal tube as a small steel ball, or lead ball actually, shoots out and spirals towards the Chimera, hitting it right in the chest. All right. That's gonna bring us around to Revan
nope.
and Rain.
Nope, I have 2 attacks,
Oh,
my
you
friend.
do. You do have 2 attacks.
I do have 2 attacks.
100%. Go ahead.
So, my second, I'm going to use my wonderful infusion that is on this weapon,
Of course.
known as a repeating shot.
Of
And,
course.
Which allows me to... It magically creates 1 magic ammunition for this ranged attack.
Okay.
Well, I got a nat 20 to hit.
Okay, well, roll those damage dice again, my friend.
Okay, well... I'm just rolling it once, or am I rolling it?
Did you already roll the damage the first time?
I rolled it the first time.
Okay, so keep that amount in your head. Roll them
Okay.
again. And then add whatever the previous amount was.
No, I rolled the same thing both times, so...
Oh, okay. So what's the total damage?
22.
22 damage, dude. That's great. Gotta love that shit. This thing is all like this shit barely started. Hasn't even reached you guys yet. It's already pissed the hell off. Wow. Okay.
And I will have the Steel Defender readied in case it gets within 5 feet of it to do one of its attacks, which is, I will tell you the name of the attack. It will be called Deflect Attack.
Deflect attack. Okay, what'll that do?
The defender imposes disadvantage on the attack roll of 1 creature it can see when it is within 5 feet of it. So I need it to be within 5 feet of
Okay, so if it attacks you,
Steel Defender.
then
Yes, if it
then
tries to
it'll-
attack
okay.
me or the Steel Defender directly, then
Okay, well then, all right, for sure. Let me see. Next is gonna be Revan and Rain. What are you guys
Mr. Rain,
thinking right
would
now?
you like to go for a little bit of flight? Maybe get a little bit of a sneak attack going on his back. If you fall, I'll just feather fall you.
I like it. Let's try it out.
If I
Very
remind you,
well.
out of character, you do have this Javelin of Lightning.
Oh yeah, I forgot I had that thing.
need a
I still want to
straight
try.
Well,
Still want to try this idea.
anyway, Revan is gonna take a step back with a smile on his face, and he's gonna cast Vortex Warp, and he's going to
Awesome.
rain
Woo!
up onto the back of this Chimera.
Wile E. Coyote style, I love it. All right, here's what I'm gonna need from Mr. Revan. I'm gonna need. We'll call this. We'll call it sleight of hand for like just making sure that it twists just right to shoot him in the right direction. The DC on this is gonna be a 15. If this fails, he's gonna go in the wrong direction. He won't even get a chance to try to land on the Chimera.
We're good. I got a 15 on the dice,
Awesome.
which comes out to an 18.
So you got it in the right direction. Now, Rain, I need you to roll me an acrobatics check to try to land on the thing. All right?
Okay.
This is so great.
20.
You got a 20? You're on this thing's fucking back. What would you like to do?
Started off with the psychic blade in each hand.
Okay.
So action and bonus action.
Yep.
Gonna try to hit it with both.
Okay.
And I'm assuming this is sneak attack.
It's only sneak attack if you had advantage on the roll. Why would you have advantage on this?
Surprised to have a rogue on its back suddenly.
Would it be surprise? Or
I don't know. That's a good. I don't think it would be. Surprise is kind of like if it didn't see you coming, but it's facing you guys. It saw you fly up towards it, so I don't think it would be surprised.
Vortex Warp
Okay.
teleports, I thought.
Does Vortex Warp
No.
teleport? I thought it like made
No,
like a
it
tornado that
technically-
shoots them up.
So the way in which it's phrased is odd, because it's technically phrased that it creates a gust of wind and that twist around a creature you can see within range, and is teleported to an unoccupied space.
Yeah, I think it's more fun the way I said it. But either way,
Oh no, I think it's great.
I think you know what? I'll give you the sneak attack for this because it does say teleport in the wording. Since it says the word teleport, I will call it a surprise. So
Not to mention, we tried to use the vortex warp last week for the owlbear in the cage, and that wouldn't have worked if it was just flying towards the cage.
That's true. So that's what we'll do. It's you're teleporting. So we'll call that sneak attack for sure.
All right. Okay, so here's the roll for the main hand. Oh. 13.
13. That's not gonna hit.
Oh. All right.
Doesn't he get advantage on that attack roll? Or is that only on the dice?
He should because it's sneak attack. If he's using
Okay.
sneak attack, he would have advantage. So you got 13 with
Okay.
advantage, Rain?
That was without.
That was
Sorry,
without
what do we get?
advantage. Go ahead and try to roll with advantage.
16.
16. Okay. That'll hit. So what's the damage?
All right. Damage on this first one with sneak attack would be
Make sure you guys are rolling your damage along with the attack roll just to speed things up.
19.
19 damage. That's wonderful. Gosh, gotta love that. Oh no, wait. 19 would be that? Yes, it would. Okay. Wonderful. I should bust out my calculator. That'll make life easier. Okay.
All right, now we're doing the offhand dagger.
Love it, love it, love it.
And that's going to be a 24 to hit.
A 24 to hit is gonna hit. Go ahead and
Great.
give me that damage.
Damage
Sweet
is
damage.
oh my god, 22.
22. Gosh, I love this. Okay. Had to figure out what it was. Okay. Yeah, I have it here. What the hell am I doing? I did this for a reason. You said 22?
22.
All right. I was right the first time. Wonderful. Okay. Revan, Rain, that's your turn. Unless, Rain, you have another attack besides, or another action in your arsenal.
That was my
Okay.
action and bonus action.
Revan, do you have another attack? Or, because I believe that spell was your action.
It was.
Okay. Homeboy's going to go next. First thing he's going to try to do, he's going to try to barrel roll to throw Rain off of his back. Rain, this is going to be opposed strength. I'm rolling with the Flames of Fate. Hold on. So, you have to beat a 19. Go ahead. Strength check.
No way. 4.
4. You're going to fall off this thing's back.
Revan cast Feather Falling.
Is that a reaction?
It is.
Okay, you're good.
Feather Fall is a
You
reaction.
cast Featherfall, buddy, you're going to come nice and gently to the ground. That was
Thank
quick
you.
thinking. Okay. Now he's going to go up, and he's going to do it. The first person to hit him was Trico. So he's going to go after that mother effer right there.
I'm 90 feet away. Remember that I moved 30 feet away after the 60 feet.
You moved what?
I moved 30 feet away after I attacked, so I should be 90 feet away from him.
Oh,
Would you have moved in like a triangle? Like, because if he's off in the field, if he's like off in the field and you're right here, did you move this way or would you have moved like this way? A
I'd
or
have
B?
moved behind other party members, so he'd have to go through the rest of the party. Because obviously there's some people in melee who want to fight him.
All right then. So I guess then, who else has hit him? I suppose you've hit him, and then Revan, you help the other guy get on him. He's gonna go after you, Uldren. Okay. So he's gonna get
Yay.
disadvantage on this first attack.
Yes.
All right. So this one's gonna be first. Okay. Does an 11 hit?
An 11 does not hit me.
For sure. Got you. Okay. So that first attack is gonna miss, but now he's gonna make a. So the lion goes up to try to bite you. Ha! Misses.
Perfect.
The goat is gonna try to bash you with its head. Does a 24 hit?
Yeah.
All right. You're gonna take 7 damage from that.
Okay.
All right, here we go. Next one. So now they're gonna take one of their claws from their big meaty lion paws, and they're gonna try to scratch you. Oh gosh. Okay. You're gonna take 21 damage from that. It crit. Uldren, you good? I can't hear you if you're talking to us.
Yeah, sorry. I took how much? What happened? You
give me the
20 claw for
21.
21 hit?
He hit you with the claw? No.
Yeah.
He hit you with the claw. He crit.
Okay.
He nat 20'd with the claw.
Me too.
Now. No, not now. It doesn't get to use that. It already used its other ones. We're good. You're good. That's all you're taking today.
Not the 3 attacks I was hoping for.
Okay. That's good. Now we're gonna shoot back to the top of the initiative. That's gonna be Trico.
Okay, I'm going to fly upwards 30 feet and possibly forward. So, at what angle would I have to be so the grips of Hadar would pull him into the air suddenly for him to suddenly drop afterwards?
What do you have?
It's one of the Eldritch invocations. We talked about this during the session 0. Basically, once each turn when I hit a creature with Eldritch Blast, I can move that creature in a straight line 10 feet closer to you. So if I'm in the air, he could suddenly be 10 feet in the air. Then since he's not flying, he'd drop.
Yes.
So I'm wondering what angle I'd have to be for that to work.
If you wanted to go up, you would just have to be above him.
But I'm 9 feet away from him, so would him being dragged on an angle do something?
He just moved 60 feet to get to your party member. He has a fly speed of 60.
Okay, well then I'll fly 30 feet diagonally, so I'm 30 feet above him.
You'll be able to grab him at that point if you want to. You'll have to be. What's the range on it? 30 feet?
Well, do you mean my movement or my Eldritch Blast?
What's the range on your Grasp of Hadar?
It's whenever I hit with Eldritch Blast.
Okay, so what's your range on Eldritch Blast?
120 feet?
Yeah, so you could just you could just get behind him and then or whatever you need to do, whatever angle you have to
I need to be
hit him
above him.
Be above him? Alright then, go ahead.
Am I above him to be... So I'm above him enough so he can drop with Eldritch Blast and Grasp of Hadar?
He'll only go up 10 feet, but yeah.
That's fine. That's still 1d6 of falling damage, I believe.
I believe... Let me just check something.
I've got a 22 to hit.
A 22 to hit will hit. So what damage does he take?
10 damage from Eldritch Blast, 5 damage from... and then 5 damage from the Hex.
Okay.
And then 6 damage from the Fall.
Okay. No, you don't roll falling damage. I do.
Okay.
That's if he gets it. I don't know if 10 is enough to... I think you have to fall at least 20 feet to take falling
I actually read the rules. It was 10 feet I read.
It was? Okay. Do you remember where we saw that rule? Because I just want
In falling damage from environmental stuff, I think. I can double check if you like.
Yeah, if you want to. I'm checking over here on my end, too. Siege equipment, objects, social national exploration, the roll dice table rules.
Could be in damage and healing for Chapter 9 for combat.
Combat, yes. Okay. 270. 270. Damage. Experience points.
Okay, it's
Massive
not
damage.
with the Chapter 9 stuff, unfortunately. It's annoying.
Yeah, that is. That's too bad. Let me see. Ugh. I'm sorry, everybody watching the stream. I'm sure this is so riveting to watch. Looking up rules. Let's see. We can do this, guys. We can figure this out. Let me just go to the freaking index. Fall damage. Falling net. Damage. Let's go to damage. Damage. 249? 249.
It's 1d6 every 10 foot.
Starting from 10 feet?
Starting from 10 feet?
Keep in mind, I wouldn't have actually chosen that invocation for that combo if it wasn't at least 10
No,
feet.
it just the way that I'm reading it is just 1d6 for every 10
Okay.
feet.
But I'm saying I wouldn't have actually bothered with Grasp of Hadar if it didn't do it on 10 feet at
Yeah,
least.
that's fine. That's why I'm looking it up. Calculated for 1d6 every 10 feet. So 70 after falling, maximum falling damage. Okay, so it doesn't have a minimum. So yeah, we'll say 1d6. I'll roll that on the Flames of Fate to see what he gets. He's gonna take 2 falling damage from that.
Cool, and I'll hear it-
you shoot
second
your Eldritch
Eldritch Blast
Blast,
now?
he comes up, and then you fall down. You're gonna do another one? For sure. Roll that attack,
Well,
roll
it's
that
double
damage.
strikes. It basically casts twice when I'm in the 5th level.
Yeah, that's just roll
And I
again.
got a 17 to hit.
17 to hit, that'll hit.
7 damage.
7 damage. Got you.
I'll need to check if I give Hex cast every hit. Oh yeah, every time I hit with an attack, so another 2 Hex damage.
Okay. Got you.
And that's my turn.
All right. That's going to be Uldren. What do you want to do?
Well, since this creature's... Is it still in front of me because it hasn't attacked anyone else yet?
It's kind of been pulled up and then dropped a few
Hold on.
times. It's probably about 10 feet away from you now.
Here's a
Okay.
question. Would it have landed on its feet when it landed after being dropped?
Well, part of it is a lion.
It
Guess
does.
we
It
landed on
does
the feet.
fly. There's a question of whether it would fall at all. But it takes the damage. That's all you really got to worry about. It's not
Okay.
prone. It can still attack on its next turn.
Okay. I would like to, let's just mix it up a little. Could I? So okay, how high up off the ground would you say it is? 10. You said it was.
Right now, it's not. It's on the ground. Right now, it's on
It's
the ground.
on the ground
It's
right now.
10 feet in front of you.
Perfect. All right. Well, then I am going to shoot it again with the arquebus.
Shoot it again with the arquebus. Got you. Gotta love that recharging arquebus. Give me your attack and damage roll.
Okay, the first one is 22 for the hit.
22 for the hit.
And
That's gonna hit.
7 for damage.
7 for damage. Gotcha. What's the second one?
The second one is 9 for the hit.
9 for the hit. That's not gonna hit. Sorry, buddy.
Okay,
You
well,
hit the first one, but then the next one kind of just misses.
that's fine. My Steel Defender now will run toward this thing. Run toward this Chimera and
Okay.
hit it with his Forced Empowered Rend, which is a melee attack.
All right. Roll the
Yes,
attack.
so-
Roll the damage, and we'll see if he hits.
hit. Ooh, it's a 1d8. I need a d8. Give me a second.
For sure.
It's gonna be a 9 for the hit.
A 9 for the hit? That's not gonna hit.
Yep. Okay, that's fine.
Sorry, bro. That's not enough. It's just I'm
Yep.
looking at the stats. It's
Yep.
not enough,
Yep.
my friend. Sorry.
That's fine.
That's okay. Is that it? That's all your steel defender's doing? Just one attack? Is that all? Is that all he can do, or can he do more?
I think he can only do.
One.
I think it only gets one attack.
That's cool. I just
So-
wanted to double check that and make sure.
Yeah.
Next
Yep,
up
it
in the
only gets one
initiative
attack.
is going to be Revan and Rain. So what are you two hooligans up to?
Rain, do you care to make an attack since I'm assuming you're definitely closer than I am?
And I'm
Given he
quite
just-
glad that the steel defender ran on up because now I can get another sneak attack.
Yes, you
Because
can. Flanking.
yes. So I'm going to. So when I fell off and Feather fall
You
down.
can still get to him. You can still get to him.
Okay. So I'm assuming I would just be within 30 feet of him.
Yeah, you can still get to him.
Okay. So I'll just do another couple daggers,
Okay.
main
for sure.
action and bonus action.
Go ahead. Roll that attack. Roll the damage.
And a hit, unfortunate.
Sorry. That's not gonna
We'll
hit.
try the bonus.
Try the bonus. Bonus. Gotta love the bonuses, man. Gotta love them.
And why is the offhand doing better? 23 to hit.
23 to hit is gonna hit, my friend. So,
And then
what's the damage?
We got another 22.
Another 22. 22 damage?
22. 1d4 plus 5, and then 3d6 for sneak attack.
Yes. Wonderful. Gotta love it. Yeah. You guys are looking at this thing. It does not. It's not at full capacity. You guys are probably. He definitely looks like he's been through something. All right, just from looking at him, he's got bullet holes. He's got dagger stab wounds. A lot of bad stuff going on, like burns from eldritch blasts hitting its fur coat. Let me see. Rain, you just went. That's gonna be Revan. Revan, why don't you go ahead and
Revan.
tell us what Revan would like to do?
Points his rapier at this chimera and is going to cast Ray of Sickness at 3rd level,
Ray of Sickness at 3rd level.
which is going to be 4d8 of poison damage. And if it fails a con save, it's poisoned until the end of my next turn.
Okay, for sure.
And the hex gave a disadvantage on con.
Yes, it does. He's hexed. You're right.
So let me.
What's the DC?
The DC for the con save is going to be 16. And does a
He fails the save.
27 hit?
Does a 27 hit? You don't have to roll to hit. It's a con save.
Oh no. Well, it's still a spell attack. It's just if it fails
No,
the con
but
save,
it's a
poison.
save, so you don't have to.
Okay.
You don't have to roll to attack. You
And
automatically hit the attack. It's just, does he save or not? Does he only take half damage or not?
Gotcha. Okay. Well, no, it says make a ranged spell attack. That's why I rolled that. My bad.
Oh, that's weird. Okay. You hit either way, so.
Okay. And that is 26 damage.
26 damage. You guys are roasted and toasted in this fool. So are there any lingering effects to this, or is it just the poison damage?
It's poisoned until the end of my next turn. So,
he
on
has
its
the
turn,
poisoned condition.
he has the poisoned condition.
Disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks.
Indeed.
Wonderful. Gotta love it. Because now it's his turn. And he gets to roll with disadvantage. Yay! I love rolling with disadvantage. It's so great. I love seeing my players succeed. It's wonderful.
You get a touch more dice though. That's fun.
Yep. You guys can't hear it because of the voice filter on Discord, but my stream gets to hear these.
Oh no, we can
can
hear
hear
the
it.
dice.
You hear
I
it
can
when I
hear it.
talk,
hear your
maybe.
dice.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't hear it when you're not talking.
Yeah. Okay. He's gonna go with. Ooh, you know what? I'm gonna save myself here. Okay. Here's what we're gonna do. Ah, yes. Okay, so I'm gonna need rain.
Uh-oh.
I'm gonna need your steel defender. I'm gonna need Revan. That's
Uh-oh.
it. I'm gonna need those 3
Yikes.
to make dexterity saving throws. Let me know what you guys get. Do I have that many d8s?
Oh God. I don't like the sound of that.
Well, I got a nat 20, so
Oh, you're still gonna take something. You don't get nothing.
I think rogues get evasion though at 5th level, so they don't take.
oh, and uncanny dodge
Okay.
allows me to
Oh,
take
yeah.
half damage.
Where is my
So you succeeded, and
Dex
you have
save?
uncanny dodge, so that'll allow you to take a quarter damage if you use both of those.
19?
You said 19?
I think the uncanny dodge lets him
Pretty
avoid the
sure.
damage altogether. Not.
Nope.
Quarter damage.
It gives him half damage. That's not what uncanny dodge does.
Initiative. Does my steel defender share my proficiency bonus?
Does your steel defender share your proficiency bonus?
Yeah.
No.
Okay, so how do I find the proficiency bonus for it?
He doesn't have a proficiency bonus.
Well, it says saving throws for Dex is a 1+
Oh, maybe it does have your proficiency bonus. then.
proficiency bonus.
Maybe it does have your proficiency bonus then.
It's Dex plus 1+
Oh,
proficiency
listen to
bonus.
those chunky dice. Yes. Oh. Oh, no, wait. Let me take one of these out. I'm about to give you guys way too much. It's not 8d8. It's 7d8. Okay.
Oh, equals your bonus. Okay.
Okay. So who saved? Who got more than a 15?
I did.
Okay.
Oh, steel defender got more than 15 too.
Okay, for sure. So you guys will take half of this. Ooh, that's a lot of 7s. Okay. Ooh, 4 7s. Okay. 45 damage for you guys, halved to 22. For
May I
Rain, that's going to be halved again to 11 for uncanny dodge.
May I ask what type of damage?
Yes, it is going to be fire damage. So you get another resistance to it, don't you, Rain?
I
You have
do.
resistance to that, Rain?
Oh.
Rain, you have resistance to that again as well, don't you?
No, I think it's acid that I have resistance to.
Okay, because you're
I have
water.
resistance
no,
to
I was
fire,
wondering.
though.
You have resistance to fire, so
I'm a tiefling.
yes,
I'm also going to cast Absorb Elements as a reaction to that,
you can do that.
which gives me an extra d6 of fire damage on my next attack,
Yes, sir. Yes, it does.
which also halves the damage
Everything else.
further. So I will take a.
Does Anyone
I'll
else
take-
find that it's a rather tricky spell to use for that second half because the creatures that use a certain element tend to be resistant to it?
I mean, it's still extra damage nonetheless.
But
Yeah.
I would assume though in the case of the Chimera, because it's not a dragon
Yeah,
solely,
Okay.
that the other aspects.
So
of it
how
could
much
take
damage
fire
was I gonna
damage.
take initially? You said it was 40 what?
45.
So 45, which is half, then halved again, then halved again. So I'm
It
taking,
was 22, so you're taking 11.
Taking 11.
and then that gets halved again because I cast Absorbed Elements though. So
Hold
I'm
on.
taking.
Hold on. You have
6.
resistance. You take half because you succeeded.
Uh-huh.
Half because you are resistant, and half again
Yeah.
because you absorb the element.
That's the way. Let
Okay.
me read you how the
No.
spell says it.
I that's how it works. Yes, I'm just making sure that
Okay.
that's what you're saying. So
Yeah, so I'm taking
40,
6 damage.
45 halved to 22, 22 halved to 11, 11 halved to 5.
Yep.
We got it. And then Rain, you're not resistant to fire, right? Okay, so
No,
you're just gonna
passive.
take 11. Your Steely Boy is gonna take the full 22.
Yeah, he's fine. He's still holding on.
He's still
For now.
swinging his big metal arms. Maybe
he's
not
still-
for long.
He's still good for now. He's not prepared, but
That's gonna be 17 bludgeoning damage to your steel defender.
17 bludgeoning.
Yep. Because the ram head is gonna smack against him.
Could he? You're gonna hate me for this. Use his reaction of deflect attack to impose disadvantage on that attack.
It was a nat 20.
Oh well.
So he's poisoned. He gets a disadvantage anyways. I forgot. He still hits. This time it's not a crit though. So subtract 5 from that. Whatever the hell I said.
Oh, I don't know what you said initially.
17. So 12. He's taking 12 instead.
Oh, steel defender's done.
Okay.
He's down for the count.
I still would have liked to do more damage. Okay, now we have the claw. Rain, you're the only one in the vicinity. So here we go, brother. Oh, that's another nat 20. So that's...
Is
He gets
disremember?
disadvantage. He gets disadvantage. Because he's
Fuck! He's still gonna hit. That's... Rain, you're gonna take 14 damage from that. It's a slashing damage. He's gonna take his big meaty claw and slash at you. And then I'll tell you what, he's going to... He'll take an attack of opportunity from you, Rain. He's gonna try to flap away and try to get back in the air.
Okay.
What direction is he going to?
He's just kind of going backwards, so he's going back towards the field. Probably back to where you are, Trico, actually.
He's going straight up.
Going straight up. Okay.
Oh, what did you...
That's going to wrap back
See?
around to you, Trico. Or no, wait. Rain, you get attack of opportunity. Do you want to take it?
Yes,
Okay.
and... was it... How much damage was it? 14?
It was 14.
14? Uncanny dodge?
Uncanny
We'll
dodge. You
make
already
it.
used it. You already used it this turn.
Oh, I get one? Okay.
You only get one reaction, yeah.
Okay.
So, Trico. That's you, brother.
Oh, can I...
Okay, when it moved, did it move 3 feet up to me?
It's gonna... You know what? Let's have Rain go, actually, because I forgot that he had an attack of opportunity. Rain, what is your attack? What are you gonna do?
I'll just use another...
All right.
I'll just toss another dagger at it.
Only one. So go ahead and do that.
Just one. Got it. One. Damage is 7.
Damage is 7. Got you. Damage is 7. Okay. Trico. Yeah, he's going towards your direction. He's not going right to where you are, but he's kind of flying upward towards your direction.
Okay, I'm going to loop around it so I'm below it. So that way when I hit it with Eldritch Blast, we fall to 10 feet towards us.
Back towards you guys?
Yep.
So you're going to land on the ground and get below it?
Yes, and I've definitely hit. I've rolled a 17 with +8, so that's 25 to hit.
Okay. Gotcha.
And that's 9 damage and 2 hex damage, so 11 total.
That's all great. He's going to take that damage. That is wonderful. Totally fine.
I'm going to roll again.
Hold on. Okay. Large. Okay. You're going to take 10 points of damage as the Chimera, after getting hit by your Eldritch Blast, slams down on top of you.
He only pulls 10 feet towards me, and I would have been further than that away from him, wouldn't I?
So he's a flying creature. He can allow himself to like not fly anymore. So he's going to use the momentum you use to pull him. He's still going to take the falling damage. In fact, I'll probably add a few more die to it. I'm probably going to add another d10 to his damage. In fact, I'll add the same 10 that you're taking because equal opposite reaction to his falling damage.
Okay.
So he's going to take 3d6 of falling damage. And then he's also going to take the 10 that you did. So he's going to take 8 plus 3, 11. He's going to take 21 falling damage as well.
So I take 21 as well.
No, he's gonna take 21. You're only gonna take 10, because he's gonna use that speed from you pulling him, and he's gonna crash on top of you. So now he's on top of you.
Well, since he's attacked me, I'm actually gonna use Hellish Rebuke then.
For sure. Totally cool with that.
And at higher levels, it's 1d10 for each slot above 10. So cast level 3, so that should be 4d10.
Where are you gonna place the Hellish Rebuke?
I point a finger at a creature that damaged me and surround in flames.
Okay, so it's gonna surround both you in flames then, because he's currently on top of you. Okay, so you kind of have him trapped in this little circle of flame with you.
I'd also be activating the Flames of Pyro Ghost then.
Okay, and
So
what does
it's a
that
fire
do?
spell. Whenever I cast a spell that deals fire damage, I can within myself in flames that don't harm me, light out 30 feet, and when the flames are present, any creature within 5 feet of you that hits you with a melee attack takes 1d4 fire damage. But that would be after the fact.
Wonderful.
But still, I'm still coated in flames.
Okay.
Nonetheless, though.
So here's what we're gonna do. We will do that. Do you roll any damage right now for that, or is that later if he makes an attack on you?
Oh no, he already damaged me, so I get to get him with the damage.
Okay, go ahead and give me the damage right now.
31.
31. That did a lot. Yeah, this guy is not looking very good right now, Trico. You're the only one that could see him because there's the wall of flames around you, and you could tell he doesn't look that great. Here's what we're gonna do, everybody. We're gonna take a quick little break. Okay. I know. We'll get back. We'll do Aldrin's turn, and then we'll keep going from there. Okay.
I still have a second Eldritch Blast. He has to make a dex save.
Oh, okay
We'll
then.
take half.
So we'll do your Eldritch Blast when we get back then.
Okay.
All right, okay. Welcome back, everybody. We just took a quick little break, but we're about to get back to the action. These guys have a Chimera very close to death right now. Okay.
Do you want to make a con save for being hit by the Chimera for the Hex concentration?
Yes, you would make a con save for that, yes. Go ahead and do that.
17.
17. Okay. For sure. Alright. It's only, I think, a DC 10 to maintain concentration, so you're fine. I believe you have another Eldritch Blast you wanted to do?
Yes, now since he's on top of me, that's disadvantage, isn't it?
Yes.
Doesn't matter, I've gotten that one. I definitely miss.
Alright, for sure. That's gonna move over to Aldrin. What did you want to do, my friend? It looked like you were ready for something.
I will take a bonus action and cast Branding Smite,
Okay.
which I get to add radiant damage to the next weapon attack that I try to make.
So you cast that on your weapon?
Yeah,
Okay.
it lasts.
Okay.
It lasts for a minute or until the next.
So what are you gonna do now that you've done that?
Well, because that is a bonus action, I am going to aim the arquebus back down at this. That's this Chimera.
Okay. Here's the thing. There's a wall of flame around Trico and the Chimera right now.
Hellish Rebuke doesn't really last that long, just so you know.
How long is it supposed to last?
It's instantaneous reaction.
Yeah.
He gets burnt, and then it doesn't really persist, I don't think.
When I've done it, it always persists at least for a round. When I've done it in the past.
Listen,
Okay.
I can heal him if I hit him. I'm not worried.
Okay. So here's what's gonna happen. You'll roll for AC. I'm gonna roll with the Flames of Fate to see who you hit. So if you roll more than a 10, you'll hit you'll hit who you're trying to hit. If I roll less than a 10, then you'll hit Trico. So go ahead and roll your attack and damage first.
Okay. It is 23 to hit.
23 to hit. Okay. What's the damage?
$15.
Got you. Okay. So you put the smite thing or whatever, the branding thing.
Yeah, Branding
on,
Smite.
On what weapon are you putting that on?
It's just going on my. It's going on my arquebus for now.
But
It's just a spell.
You said it's for a melee attack though.
No, it's a weapon attack.
Okay, so not a
not
melee attack.
No, not melee.
Okay, because it sounded like you said melee earlier.
It does
so-
not. No. We were talking about something different
Okay,
with the attack.
so the branding smite is on the arquebus.
It's just a weapon attack. Yeah, it's just a weapon attack. It doesn't
for sure.
say that you have to specify what weapon, but
I rolled the die. You don't know who you hit yet.
okay.
We'll find out when the wall goes down.
Do I know if I've suddenly been hurt?
You do, but I'm not going to say it now because that'll spoil it for everyone else.
Okay.
It shouldn't matter too much. Okay. Aldrin went. Revan and Rain, what do you guys want to do?
Is it cool if I go?
Aldrin was
first?
going to do a second attack, but
Oh, Aldrin had a second attack. That's right.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
you know what? Actually, after that shot, I'm going to. Let's see. Can I use that on my? Nah, I can't. Oh, wait. Would I be able to use? No, it's not worth it. I'm actually going to. we're going to fire a. Yeah, we're gonna fire another shot out in that direction without any bonuses added to it. It's just.
Okay, so I'm gonna roll the Flames of Fate again.
Yep.
Go ahead and roll your attack.
Okay, 22 to hit
22 to hit, that'll hit.
and 11 for the damage.
11 for the damage. Okay. For sure. All right. That now it's gonna be Revan and Rain, right?
Yep.
Okay.
And you said it's cool if I go first this time?
It is cool if you go first. Yeah.
Gotcha. So I am going to use my bonus action, and I'm going to use my Blade Song.
Blade Song. Okay.
Indeed.
Go ahead and describe that to me.
So it ups my AC by my intelligence, so in this case 5.
Oh wow. Okay.
So my AC goes
That's a
to
lot.
19. And my walking speed increases by 10, and I have advantage on dex saves. And I have bonus to Constitution saving throws that include me saving for concentration spells.
Awesome. Okay. So is that a bonus action or a regular
It's a
action?
bonus action.
Okay, cool. So what do you want to do for your action then?
I am going to walk through the wall of flames, and I'm going to stab the Chimera.
Okay. How much damage do they take on the flames, Trico?
The Chimeras, I recall, took 31.
Okay. There's no. It doesn't tell you anything about if somebody walks into the flames or anything.
Well, usually the flames don't actually persist to damage anyone else. It's just the target.
Okay.
Is
Would
what
you just
takes
like
the
me
damage.
to take fire damage? Or
I'm gonna roll a d6, and then
Okay.
you'll
I'll take half of that.
Yeah, you'll take half of it. So you're gonna take 2 damage. That's already halved. So just 2 damage.
Okay.
That's already halved. I already halved it for you.
Cool.
I rolled a 4 on the die,
And
so you'll take 2 fire
I'm-
damage. Go ahead and roll your attack to stab this thing.
Does a dirty 20 hit?
Dirty 20 is gonna hit.
Alright, and then it's going to take the 1d8 and then the 1d6 because of absorb elements. So
Okay.
that is a 5 fire damage
Okay.
and then 8 piercing.
Okay. As you walk through these flames, Revan, you can see that this thing is very close to death, and the thing that you just did to it right now, the stab or whatever, it took a lot out of it. It's very close to finished. You guys are almost finished with this. You look down at Trico, and yeah, there's a fresh bullet hole in his arm. So yeah, that's a thing. Let's go over to Rain. I feel like he has something he wants to do.
Let's see. So, fire's still in the way. I'm gonna walk through it as well.
You're gonna walk
Yeah.
through it? Alright.
Follow Revan.
You'll take 6 fire damage.
6 fire damage.
Yep.
Okay.
Alright. You walk through. Flames are going crazy. What are you gonna do now that you're through the flames?
The good old 1-2 dagger.
Alright, let's see it. Let's do it.
And we got the sneaky sneak on that too.
Great, love it.
Does a 22 hit.
22 hits for sure, yeah.
All right. And that's 13 damage on that first one.
Okay. Good, good, good.
Now we got the offhand. Oh. It's 17 to hit.
17 to hit. Okay, that's gonna hit.
And then we've got 19 damage for this one.
Okay. 19 damage. This thing is so messed up right now. All right, you would not believe it's hanging on by a thread, and this you could just see it from where it's at right now. All right. Okay. All right, everybody. Rolling Flames of Fate here. A 5 or a 6. On a 5 or a 6, this thing gets its breath weapon back. And you guys are all in very close proximity to it right now.
I'm under it though, because it really hit everyone else and me at the same time.
If it backs up and takes an attack of opportunity from everybody, then yeah. The Chimera picks up its lion head, looks down at Trico, who's underneath it, and he's going to take a big bite, try to take a big bite out of your neck. He crits and deals you 21 damage.
Okay, he'll automatically take 1d4 fire damage because he hit me with a melee attack.
Okay, wonderful.
4 damage.
Yep. All right. You just saved Rain from taking 10 damage from the headbutt from the ram. The Chimera dies, taking those last few bits of damage, and collapses on top of you.
Get this thing off of me!
Combat is over. You guys did a great job.
You're muted, Mac.
I will, I'll go over
Right.
and cast Cure Wounds on Trico.
Trico,
Thank you.
how bad are you right now, dog?
3 health.
Oh, shit. That's so,
I'm not gonna lie.
so horrible.
There was no way that the Chimera was going to hit me.
There was
He
no way it was
could've-
going to hit you?
No, he could
one
have
thing-
tried. I would have casted Shield, and that ups my AC by another 5 until the end of my next turn.
The Chimera rolled an attack against you. It was a nat 1. So it
Okay.
Don't forget that you would have rolled disadvantage due to Ray of Sickness, wouldn't it?
No, that ended
Ray of
after my.
Sickness ended. Your Hex was still active.
Okay.
He rolled 2 nat 20s against you, Trico, to hit you. So that's why, even with disadvantage, he still hit you. He rolled 2 nat 20s at that.
Very satisfying though. He basically gets my arm in his mouth and the flames kill him.
Yeah,
Alright, so that's 9.
9.
9 back.
Okay,
to
Trico,
health-wise.
you get 9 health
Friend.
back for sure. Damn.
I hope you know that first attack, just the pure attack alone, would have killed my character, due to the fact I only have 35 health.
Wizards, you squishy little dudes.
Which is really ironic due to the fact that I'm a Blades song wizard, which is like a melee wizard. It's really funny.
It was, yeah, it's...
Well, that's why they're so powerful, because they've got such bad health.
Well, here's
Right
the
off.
thing though, is hitting me is also a pain in the ass, because when I activate Blades song, my AC goes up by 5, I cast shield, and my AC goes up by another 5.
Damn.
So,
On a crit though, it still would have hit you automatically.
correct, but that's still a 24 AC that you gotta deal with, which is pretty high.
Also, Aldrin, watch where you're shooting next time. I point to the hole in my arm.
It's not my fault you decided to fly underneath it. The rest of us
Hey.
were on the ground. You were the one
Hey.
flying.
Look, next
No,
time don't
it's
try
my
to
fault
hug.
that you shot me.
Next time don't try to hug the Chimera.
I didn't. He fell on me.
Well,
God, I thought you were supposed to be a warlock, not a bard.
What's that got to do with anything?
Trying to seduce the Chimera.
You guys are too much. All right. Here's what we're gonna do. Combat's over. None of your shit got destroyed, and you guys just saved a lot of this farmland from getting just wrecked by the flames of the Chimera.
Should we put the Chimera in the carriage we have? And
what carriage?
we brought a carriage, did we not?
Yes, you did.
Oh.
Yeah,
We
let's
brought
do
a
it.
carriage, not the cart.
Nonsense.
We might get a song on tourism about us and our lodging for the evenings and sell the meat, etc. Keep the heads as
Exactly.
trophies, that kind of thing. I call dibs on the lion's head.
I have a.
Aldrin, what are you thinking,
Are you
sir?
guys cutting off the heads right now, or are you just loading?
No.
Not yet, no, but I do call dibs on the lion's head, nonetheless.
Okay.
Hey, real quick, you guys want to see something fucky real quick?
Of course.
Okay. Here's something.
All right.
I would like to. Okay, first off, I'm going to turn to Rain and Revan and just tell them to be ready with their weapons for this nonsense that's going to happen.
If I hear that, I'm going to fly in the air 30, just in case.
I would like to cast one of my cantrips.
Okay.
On
Which
this
cantrip?
creature.
Which cantrip?
Spare the dying. It just becomes stable. It's not like it's gonna.
You
NPCs don't actually get knocked unconscious, though.
Okay. Here's what we'll
Okay.
do. This is well. Let me think real quick. Okay.
That's
I'm
fine.
asking you a few questions. First one. Why? What would you like to do with this thing that you're sparing it,
Well,
or that you're trying to?
I want to see if. Well, it won't be able to talk to me, so that doesn't really. But it'll understand what I'm saying now that we're
If-
close enough. If
It
I
would be
If you
unconscious,
want-
though, so
if-
it wouldn't actually be able to talk to you anyway, even if it was able to. It'd be
no, it
unconscious.
If you
becomes
wanna-
it becomes stable. So
If you want to communicate
But-
with it, I can use psychic whispers to mind link with it.
I don't know. I just wanted to see this thing. Not be completely dead. But then again, it is very dangerous, so maybe this isn't a good idea.
Okay.
There is a spell for talking with the dead, just so you know.
There is.
Guess what? Your boy can't get it until I go up.
What is
like
the third
another-
level?
Yeah, it's third level. I have to be third level to get it. I can't use it yet.
Here's okay. I will allow you to use Spare the Dying if you give me a medicine check because here's what it says: touch a living creature that has 0 hit points. It already has 0 hit points, but it's not
But it's
necessarily
not
living. Give me a medicine check, okay?
Okay.
To try to basically chest compression this thing enough so that the magic of the world seems to think that it's alive and it'll let you cast this spell. So like either you or somebody else has to be pumping rhythmically on it hard enough to make sure that this thing is happening right, okay?
Okay.
So, this is going to be a DC 25, but I will let you combine, because for medicine, I believe medicine is wisdom. I'll let you combine your strength, because there's also strength involved with it. So whoever does it will get to use their strength and their wisdom to try to do it, but the DC will be 25.
Here's a question.
Yes.
As
I'm
far
ready
as
to-
people being sent to hell goes, does that also include animals or just intelligent creatures?
This thing is a spawn of hell, basically. So, it happens when like demon princes come through the multiverse. You get chimeras coming through. So,
Well, what I mean is, do I do my thing where I try to get a taste so soul can be claimed in hell, or does it not go there at all?
You would know this for sure. I'll say yes, it will go to hell.
Okay.
So if this doesn't work, you can do that. So, who, Aldrin, would you like to assign to try to do this medicine check so that you can cast this spell?
Oh boy. Well, it's not gonna be
Rain,
myself for the
Rain has a 0 strength. Trico definitely doesn't look that strong. Revan also doesn't look that strong. You're probably the strongest one.
Revan doesn't have that high of a wisdom either.
No.
Revan has a
Oh, I
2
couldn't
wisdom.
even use. Oh,
I'll tell you
I'd
what.
say you can use your skill defender, but he's pretty
Trico
dead.
does have the highest
dead.
wisdom, but he
dead.
also has the lowest strength. So
My boy is
the
dead.
most you could get on this is a +2. So like 25 is pretty much impossible. It's impossible unless
Yeah,
you
it's
roll a nat
impossible,
20.
It's impossible. It's
Unless you
impossible.
roll a nat
Yeah,
20.
it's not.
Unless you roll a nat 20. So somebody wants to try to. Somebody other than Aldrin, because Aldrin has to cast the spell as this is happening. So if anybody wants to help Aldrin here to do this.
Revan's gonna give it a shot just for shits and giggles.
All right, let's roll that die. It's not gonna be a 20. I can already tell you right now, because if it's
I rolled a
20
nat
right now,
1.
Yeah, you go to compress yourself, but your hand goes right next to a stab wound, and your hands like slip in between its ribs, and like now you're like inside of its guts as you push down.
Well, that clearly didn't work. Ignore me trying to let the chaos come out of me. Yeah, let's just cage it for now or whatever we have.
Give me a group perception check.
Oh no.
So at least 2 of you have to pass this. It's gonna be a 15, DC 15.
I got a 15 on the dot.
Okay. Aldrin.
I failed nat 1.
Aldrin.
8.
Rain, bring it home.
And I'm sorry, I got a 7.
I'm too busy playing with this. Trying to
Okay,
figure
yeah,
life
you guys are like, it's bloody, it's all like gross and stuff, it's got all these holes in it, but you guys just throw it into the carriage anyways, where you expect royalty to sit down. You're gonna throw this into the cage, in the carriage.
No, we're expecting them to take their own carriage. This is just for supplies.
Ah, okay. You guys brought a carriage for supplies, I get it, okay.
Well, I'm confused. I thought we brought a cart, not a carriage.
No,
The only difference between a cart and a carriage anyway that the carriage is covered.
that's true too.
Also,
okay.
I just prestidigitation, can't I? The blood away?
I don't think prestidigitation can cover the whole carriage.
I do a square inch by square inch, essentially.
Oh, that'd be awful, but I guess you could. That'd be a horrible, horrible waste of time, but I guess you could.
Okay. Whose horses do we want to hook up to this so we can
Drag it.
move forward after whatever you're doing? I would like my horse to be one of the two because I would like to rebuild my steel defender on our way to.
Your
I
horse
think
is
I need
the
to have
other
my
one that.
horse. My horse needs to be because I need to take a rest, a short one at least.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Well.
You guys are gonna take a short rest then?
No, he's going.
Or can we do it on
to
travel?
I can drive for now. I can drive the two horses
Yeah,
for now. Well, if he
it's
wants
so-
to rest.
Whoever's not driving can rest right now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Please, may I rest?
You may rest if you would like to, if they'll let you.
Go for it. I can drive.
All right. So then, okay, so Jazz and Revan are gonna be riding their horses. Aldrin is gonna steer the wagon or the cart or the carriage. As you guys continue on your way, how many hit dice are you gonna use right now, Trico?
Do I have to say how many I use before I roll, or do I just decide if I'm going to use one roll, then I can decide to use another one, or
You
what?
you can add on more if you feel like you need it.
So far, I've used 2, but I'm going to put 1 more in.
Okay. Just make sure you keep track of that, so that way you don't use too many. So after this, you should only have 2 left.
Yeah, well, the short rest in D and Beyond has the has 5 hit boxes for me to tick and stuff.
Sweet. Okay. I love that. All right. Yeah, you guys just took on a Chimera that was going to ravage this countryside. Luckily, the King's Guard, the 32nd Squadron, was there to stop it.
30 seconds.
32nd Squadron. Funnily enough, this combat was almost exactly 5 rounds. I think it was actually 6, but close enough. That's great. Okay. You guys are gonna continue on your way then?
Indeed.
All right.
While we are walking, I'm gonna slow my horse down just enough to get up next to the carriage, and I'm gonna look at Aldrin and say, we should get us a Chimera as a pet. Seems like it'd be a lot of fun.
I think, truthfully, deep down, I think that's what me trying to bring it back to life was all about. I wanted to
You
prove
think?
to it that not all of us were terrible.
You think?
Here's the thing: is look at it. It's got a cat face. Just look at it. It's adorable.
It's also got a dragon face and a goat face.
Wouldn't you be sleeping currently, or I don't know?
I'd be resting. I wouldn't be
Aren't you
asleep.
asleep? We're
Silly.
talking here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Don't
the
punish.
hell, man.
That's not. I'm just.
That
That's not
trust me,
talking
man,
like
that
that. I'm just
dragon-
trying to figure out what a
Listen, that dragon, the dragon portion of it just reminds me of all those years. Listen, that dragon I spent over there in Vespo. So
I don't know, though.
It kind of has a sweet spot in my life. I don't know.
The goat portion though looks
Yeah.
sort of tasty, and I sort of want to know what this thing tastes
Kind
like.
of has a sweet spot. In my
Yeah,
life.
I
don't
just
know.
The
I don't
goat
know if
portion
that's-
though looks
Yeah.
sort of tasty, and I
I don't know if that's something we should be trying to eat. I mean, I did
well
shoot
definitely I'm gonna try to eat this.
a couple times. Although, to be fair, most of the bullets weren't really that real. So
Just you guys all having a conversation, and then I just randomly hear Austin going, "But I'm gonna eat this." Just so matter of factly. Oh, that's so funny.
No.
dude.
There's a goat head on it. I'm gonna try to eat it. What's the
Yes.
worst that could happen?
No, of course, yes, of course.
Well, it's
Logical
made from
thing.
demonic prince magic, so you could get sick.
Logical thing to do there is to eat.
Do you forget that we're quite literally from hell?
Yeah.
Yes, and we are enemies of demons, so it actually might not be safe for devils.
I don't know if you guys are both enemies of demons, truthfully.
Well,
mean-
as a general rule, demons and devils don't like each other, so
Yeah.
I don't think
The worst
The boy's
The worst-
right. Homeboy's right.
demon.
Oh,
What was
can't that
Gurzel?
makes it a devil. He was a bone devil.
He's a devil. Mm.
I can't say that I'm
Yeah,
exactly
it's
allies
terrible.
with my father. I'm
I
quite
don't-
frankly enemies of both at this point. But
I'm not suggesting it's an alignment thing. It's a case of species where it doesn't like the infernal powers.
Just the
We'll see
stories
what
I've heard about your father, I don't understand how you could have ever.
my
stood to be
mother wasn't a
around him.
horrible person. My mother was quite a good person, but you see, she couldn't exactly leave, or she might get
I mean,
sort of murked. But
I will say I do hate some of the same people your father hates, but I
Name
think he went to
one.
an extreme. Well, I guess I don't hate him particularly, but I hate his family. That
as you
Fennec
sort of
guy.
stopped me from killing Finnick.
Well, listen, that's just because he was with Kurdish. I'm not gonna fight that. I'm not gonna do this. I don't know what. I'm not gonna try to fight him. Okay. We sparred plenty of times. I can never win. I have to stop you before you do something stupid. Okay.
All brute strength.
Hey, you're not gonna brute strength that group. Okay. They have a freaking druid that last time I heard could turn into a grick, which if you forgot, is one of the most dangerous creatures I have ever heard of
Ah.
and seen other than this chimera.
What you do is you whoosh one away, you misty step to them, and you stab them. It's that simple.
I don't think that's how that works.
You guys are great. Okay. You guys are riding along through the pastures, and the first thing you see as you roll over one of these hills is the tall spire for the bell house of a church. As you guys kind of ride over, you're making your way over, and you guys see laid out in front of you the wonderful little town of Crandike in all its sprawling farm town glory. It's reaching almost evening at this point. What would you guys like to do now that you're in town?
Shall we
I'd
see if
take the
there-
opportunity to take a tooth from each of the heads just in case, because the precedent of
Okay.
which head hasn't really
As
happened
you
yet.
as you grab each head and start taking the teeth out, you notice that there's leather straps around their necks.
I'll mention it after I take the teeth out and put them in the bag.
Of course.
Guys,
You have a
there's
tooth fairy?
this might have been trained that there were leather straps around his neck.
Well, what do they say?
I didn't
this-
read them. I presume they're just
Well,
leather straps like you put on a horse. I didn't say they're engraved.
Most of them are trained. It's just sometimes the people who train them
Mr.
are
Aldrin,
idiots
you
and can't
speak,
keep them.
you speak Draconic. Is there anything on the tags? Are they engraved at all by any chance?
You think just because it has a dragon head, there's going to be draconic writing on it?
Yes, yes, I would.
All right. So
Why not?
Revan, you pick
Guess
up
I'll go
the
look.
you stick the leather like strap into Uldren's face to show him the writing. Uldren, you look at it and it's been like stamped with like leather stamps. I don't know if you guys have seen them, but
Okay.
they're like metal. You stick
Yeah.
them on there, you hammer them when the leather's wet, and it leaves an indent. Uldren, this might as well just be scribbles to you. You have no idea what this fucking says.
You know, this. Yeah, I don't know what this says. Okay. This.
Revan's gonna
Doesn't
take
make
a
I'll,
sense.
Revan, you
I'll
take a
use
look
I'll
at
use scribbles.
Revan, you take a look at it. You have no freaking clue what it says.
I'll start casting comprehend languages to find out what it says. What happens in between the 10 minutes?
Would you guys care to find a butcher shop?
For sure. Okay.
Oh boy.
So you're gonna start casting it in the carriage, kind of setting up your little like makeshift ritual thing,
Can I
while you guys
pray?
are all talking.
Can I pray while he's?
You want to pray while?
Yeah, I want to
he's-
pray to my.
We'll pull out the
technology
timer
god.
again, Trico. While they're all doing their stuff, this will be going. When this is done, you'll have finished the ritual. Okay.
Okay.
I want to pray that the next skilled defender I'm able to make can live longer than this previous one. Not that it's gonna help me make it. It's just
For sure. So you want to? Is there anything you can do, like ability-wise, to make that happen, or are you just trying to roleplay here?
I'm just trying to roleplay here. I mean,
All right, for sure. Yeah.
as far as I know, I just build it with.
How long have
Yeah,
you had this steel
metal.
defender? This particular one.
Wait. It would be safe to assume that Uldren's had it since we left
Vespo,
Vespo.
for sure.
Yeah, I would assume that.
As you're
So like 2 years. He's had it
as
for
you're
like 2
as you're
years.
scrounging through your like manuals and
What
scrolls in
was-
your bag, trying to figure out like owner's manuals and things, trying to see if there's some way you can like make it last longer or make it have better hit points. You're just looking through. You're really just. This was like a friend to you. You know, it's like a pet that you made yourself. You're at the same time this thing's pet owner and its father. You know what I mean? It's this weird like convulsion of like combination of the two emotions. I'm gonna go ahead and award you in an inspiration point for that amazing little detail there you're putting into your character. All right, and Rain, you seem really quiet up there in the corner, dog. Like, do you have any suggestions for the group for like where to go or what to do?
There's some water nearby.
Is there what?
Is there some water nearby?
Water, of course. Yeah, there's a huge ass river running right by the town. In fact, it's nestled right in what looks to be a really large lake. Just nestled right in there.
I'm gonna ask the group. I want to fish. Is it okay if I fish?
Yeah, go for it.
Oh no! Wait, okay. I have a question after he's done fishing.
So you're gonna separate from the group, Rain, to go fish real quick?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
How long would you say it's been
Since what?
since my steel defender went down?
How long has it been?
Yeah, like time wise.
It probably took you guys another hour or two to like get from the battlefield area to where you are now.
Okay, was it an hour or was it 2 hours?
Dum dum, dum dum, dum dum, dum dum. Oh wait, hold on. I gotta do it this way. Dum dum, dum dum, dum dum, dum dum. We shall roll the flames and fate to see.
Please only be an hour.
Okay, here's what I'll say. You guys were traveling at quite a normal pace, so not quite too fast. So we'll call it a DC 15 on the Flames of Fate.
Okay.
Here we go. If you get a 15 or higher, you're within the hour deadline. That is a 3. Sorry, my
Okay.
friend.
I didn't fully read my steel defender before we went off to travel again.
About 2.5 hours.
Oh.
You didn't what your steel
Okay.
defender?
I didn't read all of the entirety of it. I could have brought it back to life within an hour of it dying
Damn.
if I read my stuff.
All right.
No. Okay, it's fine.
All right. Anybody else have anything they want to take care of?
Nope. Brevin still just wants to find a butcher shop.
For sure. Yeah, you guys can walk over to a butcher shop real quick.
Well, I
What is up
can't.
with
I'm
you and
doing the ritual.
trying to eat this creature. Where was this when we had the
Are
stupid
we sure the
owl
butcher
bear?
shop's the first choice? We might want to sell the leather or something.
Well, the butcher shop can process the meat for us out, and we can get the hide back.
What if this is somebody's pet that's in this town, and you're just
Well, it's
taking their
attacked
pet?
us, and so we killed it. So it may not matter really.
That doesn't matter. You're telling me that if a random dog attacks you, you can just go ahead and kill it and take it to.
If it's actually life-threatening, yes.
What's... Okay, I don't know how you two boys from hell do this, but that's not how this works.
No,
on
no,
the
no.
mortal
He has a
plane.
point. If this is somebody's pet, we can't just. I mean, we can't eat it, but we got to make sure it's not somebody's pet's here first.
Listen, if we take it to a butcher shop, he's gonna see.
You take the collars off first.
If it's someone from the town, he's gonna recognize you. Like, oh, where'd you guys find this? It's not like there's a bunch of these running around.
Okay. Trico,
The translation?
You look at the leather collar. All of them say, as you touch each of them, and the magic starts deciphering the language, each collar says the same thing. Der Doc.
What does that mean?
You have no idea.
Wouldn't
You know that it
the
says Der
comprehend
Doc.
languages? Wouldn't comprehend languages actually translate that though?
Yeah, it put it
Not
into.
if it's a name.
It put it into a script that you understand. For writing, that's what it does. It puts it into a script you understand.
Okay.
If it's somebody's name, though, you're just gonna see it as a name. It's not like it's gonna be.
That's what you see on it right there. He
Does
has a
anyone
point
know what
too.
language that's from?
If it's a name, then it would appear as a name. It wouldn't appear translated. If it was a sentence or something like that, it would appear translated. But if it's not a sentence or like a phrase, then it wouldn't be translated. It would just show what it is. If it's somebody's name, like Aldrin just said, then it would just appear as their name in a script that you understand.
Okay.
But that I just sent you in a chat what it looks like on the leather as you read it.
Yep. Does that sound like a language that's local around here, guys? Or do I know if it's perhaps abyssal sounding name and so it's some
Aldrin,
demons?
What Aldrin? What region are you originally from? You said.
What region?
Yeah.
I come from like Lake Nanu area,
Okay.
so
Roll me a
that-
history check.
the general.
Roll me a history check,
Okay.
Aldrin. You might recognize this. The other boys might not.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Okay. Okay. It can be.
Yeah, I'm from like
All right.
like Nanu.
Yeah.
That's how I know the night breezes.
It's either druidic or dwarvish.
Okay, well,
With a
Well,
dirty
guys.
20, that's what you can tell. It's either druidic or you're just kind of like reaching back into the confines of like your deep memories, and you're like, it sounds like it could be maybe druidic or dwarvish. Like, that's what you're getting from it.
well,
Remember, this is not based on like what it is.
sounds-
This is based on your knowledge,
yeah,
history-wise, of like what's going on.
Yeah, based on what I've seen in this area, well, not this specific area, but like this region of our world, I would think that's probably druidic or elvish, but I don't know. I mean, if one of you guys
Druidic or
speaks one of those
dwarvish?
oh,
Druidic or
sorry,
dwarvish?
Sorry, dwarvish. That's what I'm. Dwarvish. Sorry. Ooh, stupid here. I mean, if one of you guys speaks one of those languages, you clearly would have been able to read this. So I'm gonna assume none of us really know.
Does anyone speak dwarvish to know that it's not dwarvish? Definitely.
None of you guys speak dwarvish.
Well, I suppose.
The closest I've come to anything dwarf size was halflings, and those were not really that short.
Oh,
Oh,
we are pretty close to the mountains, so I suppose we can just take one of the collars into one of the shops and possibly ask. We might possibly have some dwarves here.
Also, shouldn't the town be panicking because the Chimera was attacking and be very, wow, these heroes have killed the Chimera when we stroll into town with it?
Once they see the Chimera, they'll probably associate that. There is a little bit of chaos happening around. It's not too great, though. The town itself isn't really what was attacked. It was more the farmland and the crops that were being attacked. But you guys did stop the Chimera, like, before it was able to, like, make a huge dent onto anything. Because, like, when you saw it originally and it was just a small speck, it wasn't burning anything. It was still en route to the area. So, Trico, you probably wouldn't have... you guys probably caught what was the first glimpse of it actually starting to destroy stuff.
Trico, when you first spotted it earlier, what direction would you say, like north, south, west, east, it came from?
I don't have a compass, so I'm not out of character. Do I know? No compass?
So you know the trail goes northwest, and you know that it came from kind of your right side, not 90 degrees right, but maybe like 45 degrees to the right.
I'll relay that.
I just look from what I remember seeing the map, there was a town like up to the north from Harkey, but if this whole area is under, the king's command and stuff, I don't see why, even like just say that the Chimera came from that area. Why would it be coming from that area to destroy the crops over here? That doesn't make any sense to me. So I think we could rule out possibly like the towns warring with each other, but because
A pretty big stretch to create a Chimera just to burn down villages. That's quite the escalation for a
Well,
war.
you wouldn't. I mean, listen,
You don't go into war unprepared.
you think that's stupid? You should hear about these gnomes that live up to the north. They've literally been fighting for so long that they don't know why they've been fighting. They just go back and forth attacking each other. It doesn't make any sense. It's one of the dumbest things I've heard from any of the from Kurdish and his friends. Like I don't understand. Like what's the point of that? I think that's dumber than creating this giant creature to attack something.
And to
it's
be
just a
fair,
theory.
burning the fields in wartime wouldn't be the worst idea. It cuts their food supply down, and you can't fight if you can't feed your armies.
Yeah.
Shall
You
we?
probably need all that flour to make those pastries you don't like. So,
So, the butcher's shop. What's his? How much are we gonna get for the meat if we sell it to him?
Sure. So you guys walk into the butcher shop. He looks at the Chimera. He's like, "Where'd you find one of those?"
It was
Burning
out
the
burning
fields?
some fields.
No kidding. Must have flew right over us. Yeah, I don't know how much I'm gonna be able to sell this meat for. I might be able to grind it into something, but I don't think lion meat is very admirable, and that's probably the closest to what it is.
Are you sure it has a goat head? It might taste like goat.
And if it's sold, it's Chimera meat. It's very exotic.
I'll give you like 10 gold for it.
we could sell this to our friend going to Vespu for way cheaper. Not way cheaper, for way more, I mean, than 10 gold.
Well, I mean,
He's right, you know. We sold an Albed him for 50 gold.
Was it dead? See, I'm trying to sell it for meat, not as a pet. So for me, about 10
Well,
gold.
that's
Owlbear meat is
okay.
also a lot more, edible, a lot more desirable for the meat. I'd pay more for an owlbear, but not really. I mean, I don't even know what I'm getting. Am I getting lizard meat from the dragon? Am I getting goat meat, like from the lamb head? Or am I getting the lion meat? It's hard to kind of tell. And some people might be a little bit scared of eating a hellish creature like that. We're a small farm town. We're very conservative. And people aren't very adventurous out here.
By any chance, once you cut up the meat, can we keep the hide and possibly sell the hide, or how
Yeah,
does
of
this
course.
work?
I mean, you
And the
can.
heads? Do you want the heads?
I could give you the heads. I could give you the hide. It's still 10 gold.
That works for me then.
Real
Alright.
quick before we sell this to you,
Yeah.
do you know of anyone who might have bred this crazy creature?
I mean, aren't they bred in like
I mean,
the realm
they're-
of demons? Isn't that where they're bred? Like one of the other
That's
planes
what I
of
said.
existence or
Okay,
something?
I guess let me rephrase that. Not bred. Do you know anyone who would be crazy enough to try to train one of these?
I know. Sometimes the elves like to get crazy with like these very mythical creatures. Sometimes it's the humans, they're always fucking doing crazy shit. I'm a human, but like, I know my race. We do crazy shit. I guess there's the dwarves up north, maybe using it for battle or something, but I don't know. There's no wars going on, so I don't know why they do that. Honestly, I can't really tell you much. I'm just a butcher. I deal with meat. I cut it,
That's
I
fine.
mash it, I grind it.
Would
I
you
slice
mind
it, dice it,
giving me a sample of
fillet
this
it.
meat?
a sample?
Once
Yeah,
you
sure, I guess, yeah.
I'd like to try it.
Sure. He takes it. You guys see him strip the skin off, peel it off, kind of wraps it up around his arms, hands it over to you. Now, I'm gonna give you the brains. What you're gonna want to do is you want to lay this out in the sun. Take the brains, mix it with water, mash it up real nice with like a mortar and pestle, and then lay the brains over the skin and let it dry in the sun. That's gonna make it into leather, and then you'll be able to like do shit with it. Okay.
Gotcha.
Awesome. You don't look like the ranger types or the druid type, so you probably didn't know that. So I just want to let you know that.
No,
Thank you.
can't say that was.
You see him. He makes a slit in the back of the lion's head, cracks it with the back of his knife, and then like cuts the brain stem, pulls it out with his knife, drops it over to you. Does the same thing to the dragon head and the goat head. Drops you the brains from those. And then he starts making cuts to take the heads off. And then he hands you guys the heads. And he says, what part of the animal you want to eat?
Give me the backstrap of it. We'll go ahead and get that fried up.
Sure. He cuts off the back strap. It's nice and beautifully cut. Hands it over to you. All right. Well, here's the 10 gold. And he hands it over to you guys. Welcome to our little town, Grandike. You should try fishing. It's really fun. Cutting over to Rain, who's fishing right now. I want you to go ahead and give me a survival check.
Survival, okay.
Yep.
Uh, 13.
13. All right, yeah, for sure. You catch a trout. It's about 2 pounds.
All right.
All right. Are you satisfied with the trout? Took you about an hour and a half to catch it.
Let's see. What time of day? So is it like past evening right now?
The sun is starting to set right now as you catch this fish.
I'm able to stay a little bit longer and then head back.
Okay, give me another survival check.
All right. 17.
17. This time you catch another trout. This one's only 1 pound. A little smaller.
Okay.
All right.
I'm going to head on back.
All right, you head back over to the butcher's. The team has just finished getting everything loaded up into the carriage. What are you guys going to do for tonight?
I suppose those are some presentation to clean up the carriage a bit.
You can do that, sure.
While he does that, I'm gonna look for an inn to get us to stay in. Maybe.
If you've got presentation, I'm going to insist that you help as well, though.
Are there...
If I have what?
Prestidigitation.
You guys can do prestidigitation and find it in. Doesn't have to be complicated.
Is that a spell? Because if it is, I don't have it.
I think it's a cantrip.
Yeah.
Yeah, so... You guys find an inn. There's rooms available. It's going to be 5 silver to stay at this inn. Each.
So 2 gold?
Really not bad.
Gotcha.
Yeah, 2 gold. For everybody.
Should we just take it out of the party money so we don't actually have to pay? Because that's where I just
It's
put
still
the 10
technically
gold.
paying.
I mean, yeah, but...
Here, I will pay. I'll just pay. I'll pay for it. I can
Gotcha.
pay 2 gold for it.
Thank you.
I'm going to try to do something then while...
You guys are
before
making
we
him
go to bed.
pay on his birthday.
No.
Happy
What
birthday,
is
Mac.
this? What is this? Aldrin pay? I'm just kidding.
Mr. Rain, I have a question for you, sir.
Yes.
Would you possibly be able to... I don't know... Can you control water or anything? Can you create water, possibly? Mend it?
I can shape it. I can
If we
create it.
If we took the cart out towards the river, do you think you could possibly shape the water into the carriage and just wash all the blood out real fast?
I think I should be able to, yeah.
That might save Trico a little bit of time.
Yeah.
Very well then. I guess you and me can go ahead and do that.
Okay.
Alright.
That's cool. That's cool. Alright, so you guys do that. You get it all cleaned out. You get your inn stay. You guys go ahead and go to sleep. Unless there's anything else anybody wants to do before they go to bed.
I have a question.
Of course.
How is the town lit up at night?
How is the town lit up at night? That's a wonderful question. Torches, torches on whoever's house actually uses them. Otherwise, it's mostly just the moon and the stars lighting it up.
Are there any children running around outside right now? Listen, it's not as weird as you guys think it's gonna be.
I don't know if I should make this
It's
a
gonna
high
be wholesome.
roll or a low roll.
It's gonna be
for
wholesome.
DC.
You know it's bad when you scare the DM.
Sure, there's one kid that you see.
One kid. Wonderful. I would like to pull out one of my I'll pull out my torch. I'll pull out one of my torches,
Okay.
and I'm going to get it lit.
All right.
I'm going to yell over to the kid, "Hey, watch this." And I would like to throw the torch in the air, and when the torch gets to what I think is its like maximum height it can reach, I would like to use my pyrotechnic spell to make the flame explode into a dazzling display of colors.
Give me a performance check.
Okay. Performance. I got a 14.
Okay. Toss it up into the air. Pew! Jets of flame. The kid claps a little bit.
I will. I hate to do this. I will throw. I'll light one more torch and do the same thing again.
Performance check.
Okay.
Performance check. Please.
16.
16. This time he's a little bit more impressed. He's like, "Ooh, that was nice." Then his mother comes out. Get back inside. She grabs him and starts dragging him away.
Yeah, I'm good for now. Then I'm just gonna.
Don't look at the strange angel man.
I'm just gonna stop for now.
Before
And
Revan goes to bed, he's gonna grill up the backstrap for dinner
Oh, really? Okay.
for the party.
Give me a cooking tools check.
I am not
I'm not eating
proficient
your
in this,
food.
so this is gonna be a flat roll.
Flat roll.
17.
17's not bad.
Okay.
Okay. Everybody roll constitution checks. With advantage. With advantage.
Oh, with advantage. Oh god, I'm so happy. My first one was a 2. Okay.
12 was the high.
12 is the high.
My con is a plus 1.
Uh,
so I have
16.
For you,
15.
Trico, it's pretty good. It's better than some of the meat that you've had in your life, but you've had better meat. What did you get, Rain?
16.
16. This is pretty good, man. It's like right up there. It's probably top 20 cuts of meat that you've had in your life. Top 20 little steaks. How about you, Mac? Not Macrath.
I got an 18.
18? Aldrin got an
Mhm.
18. Aldrin, this is
Yep.
like top 5 cuts of meat that you've had in your life. It's killer. Real nice. Perfectly juicy and tender. Good medium rare on there. All right, what did you get, homeboy?
I got a 15.
You got a 15. Yes, you did. All right. Yeah, for you, it's pretty much the same as Rain. It's probably top 20. It's pretty good. You know, not the greatest you've had, but you wouldn't be upset if you got this again. Pretty good. Awesome.
No, I feel bad that we're eating someone's pet, but that was pretty good.
Well, some people have, vicious hunting dogs as pets, so it's not like it's a defenseless creature we're eating.
Okay.
Are we like outside the inn right now?
I would
No,
assume.
I
that-
would assume we'd be inside, wouldn't
Oh,
we?
you would have cooked it inside? Okay, that's fine. Ask for permission to use the kitchen or whatever?
Indeed.
Okay, for sure. We'll skip the persuasion checks. It'll take up too much time. You guys are all good to go to bed then, yeah?
Yep.
All right then.
I'm gonna hand off my 2 trout that I caught to the cook
Okay.
of the inn.
Yeah, the cook will cook them up for you. Give them back to you. You want him to cook them up, or you want him to like?
I was just gonna let him have it.
Oh, just let him have it. Okay, yeah, sure. He takes it. He's like, oh, thank you. You see, he like he pulls out like a little bag. He goes into his big salt bag, scoops some salt into it, puts the fish in there, shakes it up to distribute the salt, and then puts it like on a shelf with other salted meats. Okay, you guys are gonna go to sleep, and that's where we will end it for tonight. Thank you, everybody, so much for coming along on this session with us. We hope you had fun. Hope my players had fun. I think we had a lot of great little moments here. If you guys want to come watch the stream next week, we stream every Friday at 10:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So, if you're watching this on YouTube, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe so you don't miss another episode. If you're watching this on Twitch, we will have the other episode up, episode 2, up at some point. We got to get the sound things figured out. I got to take like footage from Mac's stream and like mix it with the one that I did, so that way the voices match up. It'll take a while, but hopefully we'll get that up soon. And I don't think the sound was bad with this one, so we'll be able to just put this one up. But I'm rambling. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.